right. How are we doing? As I know I'm running a few minutes late. Sorry about that, everyone. Appreciate your patience. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Greg, waiting, sweetheart, waiting. Yeah. Sorry about the wait, guys. It was a rough day. I drank too much and stayed up too late last night, so not feeling the best. But we'll get through it. We're gonna have a killer time anyway because Iron Maiden. So heck yeah. Also, Commandante Lou here. Good evening, gentle people. How we doing? And Sugar Kitty in the house. Fantastic. Good stuff. I like it. So how is everyone doing? I'm going to go light on whiskey tonight. We'll have a little bit here and there, but not a lot because the head is still not feeling great, if I'm honest. But how's everybody doing? What are we drinking? If we are drinking anything, let me know. So yeah, curious what everybody has poured. I'm undecided. I'm probably going to go low proof. I'll start off tonight the way I started off last night. My most recent review here. I'm going to start with a little Sagamore port finish there. Yeah, good stuff. Again, thanks to 21090 and Jacob for this bottle. And we're also going to try a new way of streaming the audio. We're going to try Amazon Music. So hopefully that means better audio on your guys' end. That is the goal. So if not, then we're going to have to look at other means. Ben had suggested some things during the week that may work out. So hopefully we can do that, get that going. But yeah, so I got a little Sagamore port there. I'm going to kind of nurse this, not go real heavy. Let's see here. What do we got? William Reynolds saying cheers, brother. Cheers, man. Good to see you. Too much, too late? Can't imagine. Yeah, I know. Who would do that? Who would do such a thing? Cheers to you, John. Good to see you, man. Yeah, same. Some whiskey and weed last night. I went to Mars and back and woke up at home. It was a long and arduous. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you, man. That's kind of how I felt this morning. As you can see, the eyes are a little lower than yesterday. You make fun of my facial Aiden's affinity. Yeah, I mean, it probably would have been a good idea to not drink 100 plus proofs all night. Maybe some 80 proofers would have been, a good change of pace last night, Greg. So fair point, Lou cheersing everybody there. That's great. Well, Reynolds just saying at, so I'm sure there's more to follow. And cheers and Commandante Lou. So as I said last week, folks, I'm going to kind of highlight a person that I listen to that maybe you've heard of, maybe you haven't. I don't know. But either way, I'm going to kind of highlight one song that I listen to, and sometimes it'll be metal, sometimes it won't. Nonetheless, though, I freaking love this guy. I think he is phenomenal. So, yeah, let's go ahead and get into it here. Actually, let this ad play first. Then I will share the screen. Now, some of you may be familiar. If you watch Whiskey Wars often enough, then you have probably seen this guy before because I've talked about him before. But anyway, without further ado, here is my music suggestion of the week, I guess, or whatever the heck we're going to call this segment, I suppose. Any case, yeah, let's see here. No, that's not the right. There we go. So artist of the week this week is Sean James. Maybe you guys have heard of him. Maybe you haven't. Either way, I think he's fantastic. So this is not necessarily metal. I would not call it metal at all. I don't know what you want to call this. Folk, maybe. Gothic folk. I don't know. Either way, I hope you guys enjoy. So I'll let it play, and then we can talk about it, and then we'll get into Maiden. So, and Stanley should be joining us here in a little while. Of course, he is a big fan of the Powerslave album. I'm a big fan of the Number of the Beast album. So we'll both have our thoughts on that. But anyway, right now, let's get into some Sean James, shall we? Well, it helped find me.
Called Through the Valley here at the Gaslight Sessions.
Also, got Outdoors Maryland here. Cheers, buddy. Good to see you. Greg saying, I'm drinking a strawberry bourbon mix suggested by Bourbon School 101. Okay, cool. And we got, did I miss Peter White? I did. Sorry about that, Peter. Good to see you, man. Cheers, brother. And Mr. Great Shot here as well. Cheers, man. Cheers all. Good to see everybody. I mean, kind of. It is kind of goes for that goth feel for sure. Well, you guys, you tell me what it is. Yeah, I'm terrible at narrowing down music genres, but whatever you would call this, I'm pretty off.
I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, and I fear no evil because I'm blind to it all. In my mind and my gun, they comfort me.
Oh, I love it.
Because I know I'll kill my enemies when they come. Surely goodness and mercy will follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell on this earth forevermore.
Could be,
said I walk beside the still waters, and they restore my soul.
Yeah,
but I can't walk on the path of the right because I'm wrong. Well, I came upon a man at the top of a hill.
Very cool. Founders French Coast
He
LA.
called himself the savior of the human race. Said he comes to save the world from destruction and pain. I said, how can you save the world from itself?
Hopefully, as normal, folks, hopefully YouTube does not nuke this the live performance, so hopefully we're good. As usual, if it does, we will be right back. A small delay.
Cause I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, and I feel no evil, cause I'm blind. And I walk beside the still waters, and they restore my soul. But I know when I die, my soul is dead. Now I know when I die.
Yeah, what's up, brother? How you doing, Adam? Hey, DMC, what's up, man? Doing double duty there, DMC. I like it. Appreciate it, man. Cheers. Cheers to you as well, Adam.
When I die, my soul is dead.
Yeah, man. Love it. Anyway, so that's it. That's Sean James. Hope you guys liked it. Hopefully one of you liked it anyway. And hopefully it's something new to you guys. So, yeah. Anyway, there you go. Sean James, Through the Valley. I love that song, and I love him as an artist. I think he's fantastic. He also does a cover of Number of the Beast, which I have played on Whiskey Wars. which I think is phenomenal. I think he kills it. So sure, Kitty saying a more modern Richie Havens. Okay, fair enough. And then Peter White saying on the album battle we got coming up here in just a second, saying since Hallowed Be Thy Name is one of my favorite songs of all time, my decision is made. Yeah, I kind of feel the same. Yeah, so that's the thing. Number of the Beast has probably my two favorite Maiden songs of all time. Number of the Beast, the title track, and then Hallowed Be Thy Name on it. So yeah, I think my mind is made up as well. But either way, we're going to go through the scoring as normal. Death Folk. There you go. I like it. We'll go with that. Cheers to John Kranz. Yeah, cheers, everybody. Great Shot said he liked it. Greg saying he liked it as well. And John saying great voice. Yeah, man, I think he's a hell of a performer. Great artist. And that is one of his originals. That is not a cover. That's a song that he wrote. Let's see here. I need a blank piece of paper so I can keep score. I'm not real prepared tonight, if I'm honest, because kind of headaches and things and not having a great day. Anyway, this will work. This piece will work right here. Let's go ahead and get into it, though. William Reynolds also saying he liked the good stuff, man. So we're going to try Amazon Music tonight. Hopefully that will work. Am I on the wrong tab? What did I do here? No, don't know. I had Amazon Music. Oh, there we go. There it is. Okay, it's there still. Good. So let's go ahead and get into it. I'm sure Stanley will be joining us here shortly. Hey, also, Mark, great shot. I'm sorry we didn't get to chat more last night, man. When the pub style thing gets going, it's kind of hard to have a conversation. I'm kind of glad in some ways that I upgraded to the 10, but in other ways, not so glad. So, I mean, I love having everybody on, but it's hard to have conversations. So, anyway, whatever. It is what it is. Hopefully another night we can talk more about the samples and stuff and see what you liked and what you didn't like and your thoughts on it and stuff. We didn't get to talk a whole lot about them last night, but Diano era songs and influence still evident on Beast. A couple of Powerslave songs a bit too indulgent, but if anything, the best Powerslave songs are throwbacks to Beast. Yeah. Okay, you're sticking with your Diana love. I like it, man. Hey, you know what you like, and you're sticking with it. I like that. I'm the same way, man. So like people can give me shit about Metallica for the rest of my life. Don't care. Still gonna love them. So whatever. Anyway, we'll go ahead and get into Number of the Beast because I don't want to play Powerslave without Stanley being here. And I know that Stanley is familiar enough with both albums that he'll be able to rate them just fine, even if we're a song or two ahead. So anyway, let's go ahead and get into it. Brave New World, great album. Yeah, man. Maiden has a lot of great albums. This is just two of them. But let's go ahead. And guys, let me know if the audio is better than previous weeks. I'm hoping that Amazon Music will directly share through Spotify. That's the goal tonight. So if that happens, that's great. I didn't have time to test it, but hopefully that will happen. So let's go ahead and see. Let's go ahead and start with the first track on Number of the Beast, Invaders. Here we go. No, I've been hey, see, everybody. Please let me know how the audio is.
Lovers have been sighted and the evidence of war has begun. Many nodding fighting with their swords and shields. Gleam in the sun, come on, prepare yourself, get ready to stand and fight for your lives. Everything is come on,
Good folks, good. Back to the score, we will average again.
They're coming in from the side. They're coming in on the bring in the blazing sun.
Heavy baby.
The Bible has to be won.
At the end, we will average our scores and put one. Take the win. There we go.
Celebrate the campfires and the lucky other man. From his land, warning must be given, and there's standing as men here. For a stand of lucky to men, it's much too powerful to take. And the road must bring reinforcements. We cannot fight this battle alone. They're coming over the hill. They're coming to attack. They're coming in with a kill. There's no turning back.
I don't want this to play. This is the third song. I'll let it play out. Fair enough. Okay, good to know, Greg. Question, guys. Can you still hear it? Can I turn my all the way up? You guys still hear it, or you have no sound? That tells me whether or not we are actually hearing the audio. Hopefully you still hear it. If you are, that's good. Okay, awesome. Good. All right, first song down, Invaders there off of Number of the Beast. I think Sure Kitty pretty well summed up my feelings on it. Good vocals, weak song. The chorus is crap. Yeah, it's not great for sure. I'm going to go exactly the same as AZ here. I think it's a 7. Nothing amazing, but a solid song. Yeah. Okay. So the solos may save the song. The guitar work is definitely there. Yeah. I mean, Maiden is always solid, even on bad songs. But see here. However, the song is beginning to get old. Meh, big time. Yeah, it kind of gets repetitive, and it's not super interesting. But I like it fairly well. A decent start to the album. Nothing amazing for sure. Peter White going 6 on it. There we go. Like the bass line, but the chorus indeed sucked. Fair enough. Yeah, man. Not to mention, therefore, a bad choice for an opener. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Yeah, they could have started with a stronger track for sure. There's definitely stronger tracks on this album. So yeah, it's maybe bad placement. Solid indeed. 6.4 from Sure Kitty. All right, I like it. What else we got for scores out there, folks? Of course, if you're new to what we do here, going 0 to 10, just like the 21090 boys, you can go decimal points if you want a very specific score. And again, folks, try and keep track of them, because at the end we'll average them out and see which album is best, which one gets the higher score of the two albums. Lou saying solid. There we go. When music is playing, can't hear you so much. Okay, fair enough. That's okay. It's more important that you guys hear the music than hear me. So as long as the music sounds good, that's what I'm more concerned about. So that's good. And okay, we got a 6 on that from Great Shot. Good stuff, man. Anybody else want to throw a score out before we move along to track number 2? Anybody else got a score for me? Let's see. We got, I guess we got most folks threw out scores there. But yeah, so first song down there, Invaders. A decent start to the album, but not amazing for sure. 5 from Maryland. Okay, so yeah, just gonna go. It's just average. That's probably fair. I may have been a little generous in the scoring. It probably is closer to like a 5 or a 6, but Oh, well. All right. Let's move along to Children of the Damned. Here we go. I do like this song. Maybe the winners get the gold badge. There you go. There we go. Yeah. In already. I like it. Yeah. Head on Invaders or this song? So I mean, either way.
Like a small child, but watch his eyes burn you away. Black holes in his golden stare.
Just love the vibe.
God knows he wants to go home. Children of the damned. Children of the damned. Children of the damned. Children of the damned. He's walking
Indeed.
like a dead man. If he had lived, he would have crucified us all. Now he's standing.
I'm going to skip through the second verse a little bit here.
Now it's burning his hands. He's trying to laugh. Smiles as the flames tears his flesh.
Fair enough.
Melting
Okay.
his face. Screaming in pain. Peeling the skin from his eyes. Watch it die. I call it to play. He's lost on the ground. What did we
Or very fantastic Star Wars. Oh, yeah.
Your children of the ground, your backs against the wall. You turn into the light, you're burning in the night. Your children of the damned, like candles watch the burn. Burning in the light, you're burning in tonight. Children of the
Heck yes. Yeah. Good song. Maybe that should have been the opener. But either way, man, freaking love that song. I'm going to go. Man, you know, the thing is like I have to. I want to score it high. The problem is there's other songs on here that I like more. So they can't all be 10s, or can they? Or we have to go with the Lou scoring system, and this is a 10, and maybe there's other songs on here that are 11s. Maybe that's it. No, but I'm going to stick with my typical scoring system. I'm going to go. I'm going to say. I'm going to go just 8.8. Yes, so nearly a 9, but I got to save my higher scores for other songs because there are some truly epic songs on this album. So, yeah, but let's see what everybody else is saying here. Outdoors in Maryland saying a 10, and I can't disagree with that. It's a very, very good song. I'm guessing that was probably on Invaders, but maybe it's for this one. Side 2 is the big guns coming out. Yeah, man. There's some epic songs on this. So Judas Priest here, almost a ripoff. Yeah, I can see that. I mean, there's certainly Judas Priest influenced Maiden a lot, and a lot of bands. But Hanging AZ 7.3. Okay, on the Children of the Damned. Tiza, that is a 9 in Swahili. I like it, Craig. I'll have to brush up on my Swahili. No, not that it isn't well played. Terrific vocals, but still owes a huge debt to Priest. Indeed. Let's see here. B-side, indeed. Hey, Roscoe in the house. What's up, buddy? Cheers to you, Roscoe. How we doing, buddy? Good to see you. Cheers to Roscoe. Yes. Peter White saying a 6. Okay, not liking the Children of the Damned that much. All right, that's fair. Roscoe saying 8.5. All right, I like it. And solid 7.5 from Great Shots there. The better opener to me would be Number the Beast. It's the album title. It should have opened. I have no complaint with that. Bruce vocals and not anything else to hook me. Gotcha. That's fair. Sometimes you need that extra little bit that pushes it over the edge from 10 to 11. It's one better, indeed. Then move Invaders to the second side after Run to the Hills. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, it's kind of like, it should have been like kind of a mid-album song, but oh well. Wait till you do Diary of a Madman, all 10s, some 20s. Yeah, so Diary of a Madman, the title track, that is my favorite Ozzy song. So yeah, we need to do that album at some point here pretty soon. 7.4 from me, and also 7.4 from William. Okay, good stuff. I like it, guys. All right, now we're getting into maybe 10 territory here. Well, wait, no, I'm getting ahead of myself. We got The Prisoner first. Then we might be getting into a 10 song. Okay.
We want
The Prisoner.
Information. Who are you? The new number 2. Who is number 1? You are number 6. I am not a number. I am a free man.
I'm telling you, AZ. Like, yeah, man. To be a lot of shit. Yeah. For sure.
I'll let just beast. Do what I want. I'll do as I please. Run. Fight. To bleed. It's tough. Now you say me. I'm not. Now you don't. Break the walls. I'm coming out. Not a prisoner.
Gonna skip the second verse as usual and with it.
If you can wait until you better scratch me.
Yes. That's right. I like it, Peter. Okay, all right. Very sweet, very sweet. All right. I have some company. How we doing, Stanley? All right, The Prisoner. And also, welcome, Stanley. Cheers, buddy. Good to see you, man.
Hello, sir.
So you see, you only missed 2 songs. So, and I'm sure you know the albums well enough to probably give me scores. So.
Well, I don't have to really give you any scores because I mean this album, putting these 2 against each other is definitely going to be interesting.
Okay. All right. Interesting. So on this, so Outdoors in Maryland makes a point here that I've wanted to ask you guys. Do you guys like the longer format, playing more of the song? I usually just skip the second verse. That's typically what I do. But do you guys want to do just shorter clips, just kind of like say first verse and then maybe just like jump to the solo or play a little of that? Do you guys like the longer, get a little more of the song in? Doesn't matter to me. I mean, I'm here to listen to music either way, so I'm good with whatever you guys are about. What do you think, Stanley? Do you like?
I like it. I don't like the fact that you get tagged. You get slammed so hard for it. But other than that, I mean, it is. I like the format.
Yeah. Hopefully, so and Stanley makes a good point. Hopefully, last week we did not get taken down. The 2 weeks before that, the stream got taken down as soon as it hit YouTube. Like as soon as the stream was over, it disappeared. So that is the downside. But either way, we're getting copyright strikes. I don't really much care about that as long as they don't actually kill the stream when it hits YouTube for viewing. But I'm curious what you folks in the audience think. If you like the shorter clips, that's fine. If you like the longer clips, that's fine. But I do I'm curious what your thoughts are. So now, Stanley, I know Powerslave is your favorite Maiden album.
Yes.
So are you just not going to score number of beats?
So Invaders is a good song. The thing is that there's a reason behind why I like Powerslave. And that was something I was going to bring up when you brought up Powerslave, but it was the first album out of the first 5 that had back-to-back the exact same personnel. Okay, so that's the first one that had what people consider the classic lineup of Bruce Dickinson, Nico McBrain, Steve Harris, Steve. I'm trying. No, I've just brain farted. I've been literally freaking going through this all day, and now I brain farted.
It's okay. My brain is mush today, man. I had a long night last night.
It's the original. It's what everybody considered to be the core five of the band. I mean, because they were the five that, I mean, like right now they've got 3 guitarists instead of 2, but that's because the guy that they brought in was so good when what's his name had to take his break, that they were like, hey, we can't get rid of this dude. He's been on freaking 3 albums. We got to hold on to him, you know.
And more guitars is never a bad thing.
Yeah. So Invaders is a good song and stuff like that. In the ether of freaking Iron Maiden, it's probably about like a 6.5, 6.6 song.
Yeah.
To me. Children of the Damned, just on history alone of Maiden songs, that's easily a 7, like a 7.8, 7.9 song. I don't think it really goes above 8, only because, like I said, there's so many effing good freaking Maiden songs that easily eclipse. I mean, even on Powerslave, there's songs that get eclipsed by a lot of other songs on other albums that we're not reviewing tonight. So yeah, that'd be where I'd be at right now. See, the Prisoner.
And then Prisoner. What do you got for me on Prisoner? So my score, I went back and I changed Invaders. I had it at 7. I actually, you said 6.5. That's actually what I dropped it to, because I went a little too generous off the bat there. So I got 6.5 on Invaders, 8.8 on Children of the Damned. I know that's maybe higher than it deserves, but I do like that song. And then I got 6.7 on Prisoner.
Prisoner, yeah, I think it's right along in the same category of Maiden songs as Invaders is. It's a great song, don't get me wrong, but it's nothing that makes you want to go back to this album to listen to just that song.
That's fair, yeah.
I agree with that. When you come back to this song, you're not coming back to the song for Invaders or The Prisoner. You're coming back for 22 Acacia Avenue, 666 Number of the Beast, and freaking, and even Children of the Damned, Run to the Hills.
Hallowed be Thy Name.
Oh, yeah, Hallowed be Thy Name. So you're coming back for how many? There's 9 songs on this album, I think.
Let me see. I think so. 8.
Okay, so both that and Powerslave both have 8. So out of the 8 songs, you're coming back for 6 of the 8 songs on this album.
Yeah,
I mean that you're coming back and you can listen to, and you're freaking good with it. So, and the Children of the Damned being the one that would be probably 6th in that 6 that we named, the 6 songs.
Yeah, because there's another song on here that I don't love, and we'll get there.
If you say Run to the Hills, I'm gonna freaking
no. It's not Run to the Hills.
We will stop. We will never talk again, Sean. We will never talk again.
No, it's a song that I actually forgot was on this album until I started re-listening to the whole album again.
I know what song you're talking about. I just didn't want to freaking call you out this early, because it's still exactly 4 songs from now. So
yeah. All right. So AZ's got an 8.2 on The Prisoner. See, he says he's good with either the long or short versions. Fair enough. Roscoe giving it an 8 on Prisoner, 8.5 from Peter White. I like it. 8 from Outdoors in Maryland, 7.9 from Sure Kitty, 7. That is 7 in English. Thank you, Greg, for clearing that up. We appreciate that. And hello, Sure Kitty from William Reynolds there. Stanley is a free man. Yes. Yo, cheers, peeps. John, you can start now. Okay, yeah, that's right. The party is started now. We got Bobby in the house. Cheers, buddy. Good to see you, man.
Bobby, I'm sorry. Bobby, if you are not working this evening, if after this, that what we're going through right now, after we review these albums, if you don't come on, I'm gonna be hurt. My feelings will be hurt.
Uh-oh.
But if you're working, I understand.
Yeah. And Williams also cheersing Bobby there. Maybe skip through some of the old ones. Odd ones. I'm sorry if I read words.
Oh
properly.
yeah, okay. So what they're saying is like we didn't have to play all of what was that one from Megadeth that said the same word over and over again, Devil's Island or whatever it was.
Oh yeah, Devil's Island.
Yeah,
for 1,000 times in a row.
We didn't have to play through that whole thing, and then ahead of time, I'm just going to tell you ahead of time for Powerslave, when you get to Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner, once you get to like the 3.5, 4 minutes mark, just please go all the way to like the 9-minute mark or 10-minute.
Right?
Mark.
Yeah. We're not playing the entire Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner.
It's a 13-minute song, so
yeah. And it's a great song, but it gets a little tedious in parts. I already need a catnap. Cutting is good. Okay, fair enough. All right, so we'll try and keep them a little shorter. And there is a link to Bad X Bourbon. Also, don't forget the guy below me here, Stanley the Mash Bill. He runs a channel very much like this, where he talks whiskey and metal, and he knows way more about metal than I do. I will just say it outright.
And since I'm a free man for a little bit while I'm looking for another job, I have been working on a couple of things the last couple of days, trying to teach myself to edit a couple of things. I think it's just going to be off the cut like my other shit. I don't think I'll be editing it. It's just going to be deal with the uhs and the shits and the fucks that come out of my mouth because I just don't feel like editing it. But there will be a challenge video for Whiskey Tube coming out on Monday.
Cool, man. Sounds good. And there is the link to the great fellow below me here. Although the phrasing of that sentence was not the best, but anyway. Anyway, there is the Bashville's channel. All right. See, well, at least at one point, Gers wasn't even actually hooked up to the sound system, playing for free. What now?
Ooh,
you lost me there, sure, Kitty. That Merced Rise, good. Yeah. So. Actually, while we got Bobby here, we'll talk whiskey for just a second. Bobby, I contacted Sarah and David, just like you said to do. And I got an 8-year Merced Rye pick coming my way. And I also got the 90 proofer coming because I love both of them. So, so those will be here soon. And then I got some samples I need to send out. I have to have a discussion with Bobby about that 1917. Like you need to get some, or
like I would probably need to get a bottle only because I tried to sample and not really impressed. It was funky, it was different, but I don't know where that pour came from. I like the other Corbin. I have the El Cerrito Corbin Cash pick. I was looking forward to trying one of those 8-year picks and stuff like that. But for some reason, that 1917 that Bobby jumps up on it, jumps up on the mountaintop and freaking screams about, it just was it. There was something about it. I was trying to figure out.
13 minutes.
Yeah. So.
Well, I mean, so I would say on first taste, I had similar experience, Stanley. Like my first glass of 1917, I didn't really know what to think about it because it's so different than any other rye I've ever had. So it kind of catches you off guard to some degree. But then once I kind of got into the bottle and kind of got used to it, it was kind of like the first time I had Ardbeg. It's like it was such a different thing, And so, but then once your palate gets used to it, then I freaking love it.
Once your palate gets used to chewing on tires, it's freaking great.
Yeah, it's my favorite flavor of tire. I know that. Peter White saying "Run to the Hills" is for commercial. Hey, here we go. We got Outdoors Maryland joining us. What's up, man?
Hey, what's up, buddy?
I'm so sorry, man. I hope you didn't take that the wrong way. What I meant was you were listening to this song, I seen you kind of moving around and jipping to jump forward. I was like, hey, man, once we hear the beginning and the chorus and everything, everybody's pretty much got the idea of the song. So don't take hey, man, don't play the whole song. Hope you didn't think that at all.
No, you're good, man, and I apprite you hopping on and hanging out.
No,
and I mean, there are some songs that I'm definitely going to jump through more because
that's all right. Number of Beasts is better anyway.
No, the song is not necessarily the album. We'll discuss that in a little bit.
No, I meant the album.
Sounds video nice. Up there. Dude,
he's so great.
Of the profanity, I want to hear that. There you go. Hey, David Bass in the house. Cheers, buddy. Good to see you. What were you gonna say?
I won't lie. Is that I actually sat there like, oh my god, I couldn't remember because I'm really bad with what song goes on what album. I mean, where Stanley is like perfect at that. Me, I'm completely horrible. I had to go and look and make sure. And as I was going through them, because when you went to go play Prisoner, I was like, it didn't ring a bell. And as soon as you played that first little like 2 seconds of it, I was like, oh, all right, now it was one of them things.
Yeah, it's just like The Blade. I'm trying to think of the name of the whole song right off the top of the head. I don't remember hearing this song ever. And then as soon as it started going, I was like, I'm sitting there singing the chorus, like, oh yeah, I've known this for freaking my whole life. But yeah,
and the thing. AZ, just back to the Rye thing real quick, Stanley. AZ says it ain't MGP. Don't hate Stan.
No, you know what? Truthfully, 95.5 Ryes I think are overrated myself. So
I agree.
Because like right now, like my absolute favorite rye in the entire world, right, that's been for a while, is this Middle West Spirits Pumpernickel rye.
Oh, really?
Yeah, oh, it's just freaking so good. But it's not, we're not talking 95.5s and shit like that. But freaking, I mean, I don't have a problem with 95.5 ryes. As a matter of fact, tonight I think I'm going to go with I'm going to try this Emerald Giant freaking cast strength tonight. So.
You guys, man, I cannot. I try. So I think what I'm trying to do is build myself up because I'm just a beer drinker and I don't mind drinking the stouts and the porters and stuff. So I've been trying to work my way up gradually to like doing the barrel aged beers because like the one I'm drinking, even though it's got French toast in it and it's a little sweet, it still has that whiskey bourbon taste to it. So just kind of getting used to that, smelling it. Because when you guys tell me you're drinking 100 and some proof whiskey and you're smelling all these flavors, I'm smelling gasoline.
Hey man, well, so I actually left whiskey for a long time because in my younger years I went way too hard on whiskey and like it made me so sick I couldn't even like the smell of it made me want to throw up.
I'm the same way.
So it took a while for me to get back into it, but I did the same thing you're doing. I started with barrel-aged beers, and I just kept getting the ABV higher and higher. And then what I started doing is I started buying bourbon and doing like dumping a shot into a barrel-aged beer to like bump it up. And I just kept doing that to where it was like basically like half whiskey. And then I just moved to whiskey and then haven't looked back since.
It's really just smelling it. I mean, because when I listen to Todd and Andy and I hear Todd really goes into, the really the different kind of flavors he's smelling. And then when he drinks and he's talking and he makes it sound so good. And then when I drink it, I'm going like, and it just spit fire out my mouth. It's, you know what I mean? So, it's interesting. And so the last time I actually let, like we did Bourbon County Stout and we did the one with, oh my God, I forgot what it was. But when we tasted it, when we first took the first sip, because we just opened it, we took the first sip, not so good. But once we let it sit for just a little bit, then we started tasting the sweetness and the flavors that was actually supposed to be in it. So that's kind of what I'm going to try to do with whiskey. I don't think I'm really going to go too hard on whiskey as it is. It's kind of tough, man. It's tough.
Yeah. So with the barrel-aged beer stuff and everything else, what the truth is that when it comes to, because the barrel-aged beers and everything else, I've my friends that started getting into whiskey because they're my friend, because they wanted to kind of understand why I like whiskey because they really weren't into it. They're craft beer freaking. They go to the beer caves and spend hours buying freaking Fruit Loops or whatever the fuck the newest.
Oh yeah.
Is. And I told them, I said, look, well here, what barrel aged beer do you have? They had the Willetize, so I had some of the Willet freaking pot still. So I gave them a little bit of Willet pot still, and they were like, I said, see if you taste any of this in this. Now it's not purple top, but it's still Willet, so it should be something there. And they're like, oh, I kind of get it. And then I went and now they got those bourbon, those Bourbon counties where they had all the Heaven Hill stuff. So I gave them like samples of Booker's and stuff like that, and they're kind of getting into it because now they're being able to pull the flavors out that they're getting in the beer out of the whiskey, and then they're starting to understand why I like what I like. It's just they have to get used to the gas too.
Yeah.
If they're like a below 100 and below, they're fine with drinking whiskey with me. But once they hit like even sometimes Turkey 101 is just that 1% too much.
It can be a spicy gal, that 101. But I mean, so I will say though that we're not making the notes up. Like once your palate gets accustomed to it, you really can pick out all those different flavors, and it gets. I mean, that's what I love about whiskey is like that experience, because like each one is a little bit different. Like there's so many different experiences in the whiskey world I love it, man. It's just like the beer world, they're all a little bit different. So I did not read this real well the first time. That's why I didn't understand the story. So true story, when Adrian came back, Yannick Gers asked to continue to be there. He was on stage and literally not hooked up to amps. He was essentially playing air guitar without salary.
I didn't hear that.
Yeah, but Yannick Gers has been involved with everything since Adrian came back, and he has been, playing with the band ever since Adrian came back, because it was like, hey, wait a second. It takes a little bit off of me having to do this all the time.
Well, so Greg made a point earlier, though. We should probably get back to the music because, as he said, we're now almost an hour in, and we're only 3 songs in. So probably moving along, or else this is going to be a very long stream. And I don't.
It always is.
Yeah, this is true. Maiden. Yeah, there we go. Okay. I'm sorry, guys. We got to ranting there.
Yeah, and I'm sorry. And can I just say real quick? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But Coaching and Smith is freaking phenomenal. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, the Richie Kotzen Smith thing. I haven't heard it. I still haven't listened to it.
Okay. Well, now we are moving along to 22 Acacia Avenue. Here we go.
All right.
If you're feeling down, depressed and lonely, I know a place where we can go. 22 Acacia Avenue. Meet a lady that I know. So if you're looking for a good time, and you're prepared to pay the price, 50 quid is all she asks for. Everybody's got their voice. If you're waiting for a long time for the rest to do their piece,
Indeed. Cheers to you, Tim.
tell her that you know it. You might even get it free. So anytime you're down the East End, don't you hesitate to know. You can't take my honest word for it. She'll teach you more than you can do.
All right, we're going to skip ahead a little bit here. A lot ahead, actually.
She always does what you want.
Jacob, what's up, man? Cheers, brother.
Get away, don't you know what you're doing? Can't you see it? Leave you to ruin. Charlotte, you've taken your life and you've thrown it away.
There you go.
You believe that because what you're in, your life's good, don't you know that it's hurting? All the people that love you don't cast them aside. All the men that are taxed to be fooling. It's no life for your stop on that screwing. You're packing your bags, you're coming with me.
Oh, hell yeah.
Pretty damn good.
Yeah, man. So what do we got, fellas? Stanley, if you want to lead us off in scoring, what do you got for me, man? Oh, Stanley's muted. Stan, you're muted. Can I get it? No, I can't.
Okay.
There you go.
I'm back. I just didn't want to. When I was sitting there singing the lyrics, I didn't want it to come out of my mic.
I got you.
So I love this song, but
Yeah.
it's only an 8. It's only an 8.2 because it starts out like Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Okay.
The song at the beginning when he's like, "I want to tell you about," it just literally sounds like I'm looking at Dr. Frankfurter freaking selling something on freaking Rocky Horror Picture Show. So it kind of takes away from the song for me. And then, when they start really getting into the lyrics and everything,
be safe, man.
So,
sorry, Stanley. Continue. I just wanted to, yeah.
But yeah, that's so 8.2 on that for me.
Okay.
It's 8 for me.
8 for you as well. Okay.
I think it's up there. I mean, it's. I don't know, man. There's really not too many bad songs on this album.
No.
Really.
No, I mean, there is one I don't love coming up, but it's still not a bad song. It's just not as good as I guess. Like if it were a song by another band, a lesser band, then I wouldn't care about scoring it low as much. Anyway, Hanging AZ saying 8.5. Love the unison of the guitar work. Heck yeah, man. 8.8 from JH, our newest Patreon, and thanks again, buddy. Appreciate you. And also. Greg there became a Patreon yesterday as well. Thank you both. Appreciate that very much. You guys are awesome. Tim Robertson, actually, it's basically just all Patreons in chat. So yeah, you're all fantastic humans. Love you guys. Tim is giving it an 8.8. All right. So my score is a 9. So I'm right there with you guys. I've got a 9 on this, just a little bit above Children of the Damned. First solo recycled, second solo nails it. Okay, fair enough. 9 from Jacob. Guitar work brings it to an 8.5. All right. 8.1 from Sugar Kitty. Joe, what's up, brother? Cheers to you, man. Listening to love ballads and lurking. Okay, no problem. And again, Bobby, if you're listening, be safe, man. Go do the good work. I feel a couple 11s coming. Yeah, probably so. See you tonight, Bobby. Let's you guys cheersing each other. Good stuff there. There is Joe's link for anyone that is not subbed. Go check out Independent Joe. And there you go. Lick the like button. That's beat Sugar Kitty to it there. Yeah, thanks, Greg. Appreciate it. Yeah, if you haven't, folks, please hit that like button. That way, hopefully, it spreads through the YouTubes and other people see it. Yeah, it's a great song, but
just gets better.
Yeah. Did anybody not score it before we move on? Because
no, we all 3 of us scored it.
Yeah. All right. So that 22 Acacia Avenue is a great song, but it's not this song. The Number of the Beast.
For the devil sends the beast with wrath.
I gotta turn this one up.
He knows the time is short.
And I will
The
not be
devil hath
skipping any of this
understanding
song.
Reckoned the number of the beast, for it is a human number. Its number is 666.
I left alone. My mind was blank. I needed time to think, to get the memories from my mind. What did I see? Can I believe?
So good.
What I saw that night was real and not just fantasy. Just what I saw in my old dreams were the reflections of my Walkman staring back at me. 'Cause in my dreams, it's always there. The evil face that twists my mind and brings me to despair. Night was black, was no use holding back, 'cause I just had to see was someone watching me. In the mist, dark figures move and twist. Was all this for real, or just some kind of hell? 666, the number of the beast. Hell and fire was born to be released. Torches blazed and sacred chants were praised as they start to cry and held to the sky. In the night, the fires are burning bright. The ritual has begun. Satan's work is done. 666, the number of the beast. Sacrifice is going on tonight. This can't go on. I must inform the law. Can this still be real or just a crazy dream? But I feel drawn towards the chanting halls. Seem to mesmerize. Can't avoid their eyes. 666, the number of the beast. 666, the one for you and me. I'm coming back. I will return. I'll possess your body and I'll make you burn. I have the fire. I have the force. I have the power to make my evil take its course.
Damn, it's so freaking good. I love that song so much. Man, yeah. It's a 10. Actually, you know what, Lou? We're gonna go with the Lou scoring system on this one. It's an 11. Screw a 10. It's a freaking 11. Yeah. That's probably my favorite Iron Maiden song and one of my favorite metal songs of all time. I freaking love that song. Stanley.
So to address Sugar Kitty said it was a Vincent Price intro. Actually, it was done by an actor named Barry Clayton because Vincent Price would not. Originally, they weren't going to pay him enough. They weren't willing to pay him the $25,000 fee that he wanted. So it was a guy named Barry Clayton. Actually, this song, 9 easily is a 9.8 for me. There's only a few 10 songs, and one's my favorite. Wasted Years is a 10, but freaking
I'll take 9.8.
But this song is directly related to Scotch whiskey. That's what's crazy. Is that so? I was reading this earlier, and I just want to pull it back up. The lyrics were influenced by Robert Burns's poem Tam O'Shanter. Now, Robert Burns is the Robert Burns of Burns Night for Scotch.
There you go.
So there you go. Just some more nerd shit.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got my mic on muted. I'm talking like a nut. Talking to nobody but me.
Right. So what do we got for a score, man?
That's a man. I gave the other ones a 10, but I mean the one was a 10. I did this is a 9. I'm gonna give it a 9. Because the one of my favorite songs on this album, and I'm looking on this album, and it's definitely my wife's. My wife was very disappointed because we went and seen Iron Maiden, and man, they still just live. They still kill it. I don't care, man. They still put on an awesome show and still sound as good as they did in the early days, but they weren't allowed to play that one song because of all the legal stuff going on.
Uh-huh.
Her favorite song is, she was ticked off, man. When we got to the concert, she found out they couldn't play it, and she was not happy.
I hear you. So nine's still a solid score. I'm good with that. This song is on my biking playlist. I like it. So so that was probably me banging on my table, I would guess.
No, I think it was our friend from Maryland crunching a bottle or chips or something.
I thought I mute my mic.
To begin with, you did. I mean, to begin with, you didn't. Then you muted yourself.
Yeah, as soon as I started chewing it, I was like, "Oh God, I got." So I'm going to a fishing expo, and this lady. I am not a peanut brittle kind of guy. I swear. I've never. I think I said on my hands maybe 5 times. But she was selling. She had this peanut brittle, and I did an interview with her for the fishing show, and it's just got a peanut brittle with a little sriracha in it. Holy God, that's good. All her brittle. She's got like cashew brittle and stuff. I'm sorry. So as soon as I put it in my mouth, I was like, oh. So I went and muted my mic because I knew this was crunchy. I'm sorry.
No problem.
I'm so sorry.
That's okay. So AZ giving it a 9.8. Jack says auto 10. Hits the chords, whether driving at the gym, range, class, work, wherever, man. Exactly, yeah.
It is one of the greatest bass lines of any of the Iron Maiden songs.
He's so good.
And one of my favorite solos. It's just I love that song so much. Yeah. 9.4. AZ says he never gives out a 10. That's fair. That's okay. All right.
It's funny. I was just watching a guy today that the guy was reacting to. There's this guy that sings covers of Iron Maiden, and this guy sounds just like, he sounds like a freaking clone of Bruce Dickinson. He sounds just like him. And then about 2 years ago, a band hired him as their main singer. The problem is that this guy's still trying to sing like Bruce Dickinson in this, he still sounds like Bruce Dickinson in their original music. And I'm thinking, it's not working, man. It's just not working.
Yeah.
He's good. He's good though. He's good.
All right, so JH also scoring at 11. That is the correct score on this song. Where's Lou at? We must have lost Lou. I'm surprised. I thought for sure we would get 11 out of Lou. Here, I have the vinyl album, and what I have credits Vincent Price. Okay, which is why I said that. No, afraid, not muted. Yeah, sorry about Tim Robertson giving it a 9.5. Peter White also 9.5. This part of the show is brought to you by Peanut Butter.
That's so funny.
Okay, 11. There we go. What's up, Lou? All right, so now on to another fantastic song. Wait, what's this? Better Bass Than Running Free, Phantom of the Opera, and Murder in the Rue Morgue. Okay, up there, I agree, but not that. Okay, I know, Sure Kitty, you really pushed the Phantom of the Opera. It is a good song. It's a good song.
I did just watch. I was watching YouTube. I did just watch. Oh crap. The original singer. Why did I just forget his name?
Oh, Sure Kitty will tell you.
The original singer from Maiden. Why am I drawing a blank? You're muted.
There was a helicopter. Paul Diano.
Yeah, he was just in like a wheelchair and his leg was all messed up. I just watched. It's new 2023. He was in there doing. He was doing Rat Child. I was just watching that on YouTube. It looks pretty big and pretty out of shape, but he was singing. He was in concert in a wheelchair. He had a.
There you go. Sure Kitty is screaming it at you. Paul Diano.
So sorry. So sorry. It's just like it just went right out. I was just watching videos with him, and I'm sorry.
Don't laugh with 120 with 117 proof freaking whiskey in your mouth.
Oh. That's true. Do not do that. Also, here's a thing that I tried. So I sipped water out of a cup that I thought was mine back when we were down in Florida after my niece. I found out it was my niece's cup and she was sick. So I thought, well, and I hadn't swallowed it yet. So I spit it out. I thought, well, here's a way I can avoid getting sick. I'll swish around hazmat whiskey in my mouth. Don't do that. It will wreck you. My mouth was, I drink whiskey on the regular, but do not swish it around. That's an awful idea. Upside though, I did not get sick. But don't do that. My mouth was like numb and burning, and there was many sensations going on at the same time. Lou saying he's in and out, grilling some ribs. Heck yeah, man. I think Dream Theater did the entire album live. That would be killer. I need to check that out. And then there's Sure Kitty yelling Paul Diano. Now, though, let's get to another great song, Run to the Hills. I will skip a little bit of this, but not much because, yeah, it's a great song.
It is.
White man came across the sea. He brought us pain and misery. He killed our tribes. He killed our creed. He took our game for his own need. We fought him hard. We fought him well. Out on the plains, we gave him hell. But when it came to much for free, oh, will we ever be set free? Riding through those clouds and barren wastes, galloping hard on the plains, chasing the redskins back to their holes, fighting them at their own game. Murder for freedom, the stab in the back. Women and children are cowards attack. Run to the hills. Run for your lives. Run to the hills. Run for your lives. Soldier blue in the barren wastes, hunting and killing's a game. Raping the women and wasting the men.
Gonna skip ahead a little bit. Oh, went too far. Wait a second. No. This album is so damn good.
Good.
Anyway, all right. So
that was the note. That was the note that my buddy said that when Paul Diano was kicked out and they brought in Bruce Dickerson and they brought this on there, they said they were pretty ticked off. But when he seen his video and he hit them last notes of this song, he said, "Yeah, okay, we're with it."
Yeah, man. Jacob saying, "Damn, Run to the Hills, another hit or two. I don't care for the lyrical story, but I see where it comes from. I recognize that's as far as I take it. Yeah, it's a great song. Attack, indeed. Love the song so much. 11 feels too low, so going 12. All right, Stanley, what do you got, man?
I think that I like this song as much, maybe even a little bit better than Number of the Beast, but not enough to give it above a 9.8.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
I remember Nico wasn't on this album. The original drummer.
Yeah. See, that's where I have issue with, is because I love Nico McBrain's versions of these, his own versions of them so much better than the album versions done by Clive Burr.
Yeah.
They're completely two different drummers, and Nico is above and beyond freaking just, so it's kind of hard for me to go back after listening to them all these times in concert and go back and listen to it and go, I can't give them 10s because they just don't have that. There's something that's just not there.
Okay. Fair enough.
That was really weird because I was in a Redner's grocery store and I'm listening to oh man, why did I'm sorry. Maybe I'm just getting old because I just drew a blank again. All right, go ahead with your show.
That's right. What's your score though before we move on?
Oh, Run to the Hills?
Yeah.
I think sometimes I want to make it lower because I've heard it so much, but it is a 10. I mean, that's a top of the line song. You know, when you could bring all different kind of genres of people to come in and listen to Iron Maiden because of this song, I think it's a great song.
Yeah, for sure. Lou saying radio stations ruined Run to the Hills for me. It was the only Iron Maiden song on the air in New Jersey, New York area in the 90s. I think that's I guess so. I scored a 9.8, which I think is still very high. It's just I think I've heard it so many times, like yourself, Lou, that I wouldn't say I'm burnt out on it, but it just doesn't give me the same feels as some other songs.
Yeah, it's the same. It's the same with the Trooper. It's the same thing with the Trooper.
Yeah.
They were both MTV songs that if you're old enough to know when MTV actually showed videos of music, that freaking they just beat the crap out of that thing on freaking Headbangers Ball and on top 10s and stuff like that out of this song and the Trooper. And so I understand when people say that, hey, I like the song, but I just don't really like it because I just got burned out on it. Those are two songs that freaking, they burn the crap out of.
For sure.
The song was actually Iron Maiden Flight of Icarus, I heard in a grocery store.
That's a freaking awesome song.
Yeah, in a grocery store. I'm sitting in a grocery store. I'm walking around like, am I that old that they're playing Iron Maiden in the grocery store?
Yes, you are.
That's a good grocery store right there.
I'm telling you.
Jacob giving it a 9.9. Tim, T-Rob there giving, as Spinal Tap said, this one goes to 11. Heck yeah, okay. 9.5, not quite as good as Number of the Beast. Okay, fair enough, AC. I would agree, although maybe I'm in the minority. I don't know.
You're fucking biased. Shut up.
Hey, I love it, man. I love Number. I mean, I like Run of the Hills too. Sure, Kitty 9.2. That is for sure 11. There you go, JH. 12 isn't even a number. Okay. Clive Burr here. And for sure, the Nico drumming picks it all up. And a song where it makes a difference. I think I need to get glasses. It's becoming harder and harder for me to read. Anyway, Peter White, 9.8. Wrong, The Trooper is an amazing song. Okay,
it's because, hey, by the way, Sean, the reason you're having a hard time reading is because the glasses that you are wearing right now, they throw things off.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, that's probably. Also, I'm hungover, so that's not helping. I'm sure. Trooper, Aces High, 2 Minutes to Midnight. All of those suffer from overplay. To me, Icarus is saved by one of the most epic solos ever. It's a human number, 666. Yes. All right. So, Sean Curley with Bourbon Glass. Yeah. Oh yeah, shit up. I don't like. I think you meant shut up, or maybe not. Anyway, either way, let's move on to our next song here.
No, we don't have to.
Not quite as. Yeah, we're just gonna play some of this. This is my least favorite song on the album, for sure. So we'll just play a little bit of Gangland. I just think, we'll talk about that. It does take a while to get going, doesn't Okay, we're gonna skip ahead now. Wait, there's the good part right here.
Another body on the pile. I contracted you, and it's service with a style. Run out for vengeance or murder for gain. Down down the streets or a bleed town jail.
Strong finish, but he says "Dead Man Tell No Tales" a few too many times in that song. At least for me, anyway. I got 6 on this one. I don't think it's a bad song, just kind of average-ish. Yeah, Gangland 6. What do we got, guys?
I'll give it a 7.
Okay.
There's not a whole lot of Iron Maiden songs that I would give a lower score than Gangland.
It's fair.
I mean, other than Fear of the Dark. But
okay, not a Fear of the Dark.
I hate the song Fear of the Dark.
Okay, noted.
But no, Gangland. I'll still give it. It's still an Iron Maiden song, so therefore, it shouldn't be anything lower than like a 6 flat. So, yeah, so 6.
Sure, it took a while to get going in 1982. I'm still waiting. Yeah, it's not great. The wailing vocals. So, yeah, I mean, so there are some high points in the song for sure. It's just that, yeah, I can't do the Dead Man Tell No Tales 1,000 times in a row.
So here's the one thing though I gotta say about the early Iron Maiden's albums, especially this album. This album was done in 2 months and pressed and released 2 weeks after they finished, 3 weeks after they finished in the studio. So when they finished in the studio, it got mastered, pressed, and released within 3 weeks.
Mm.
So the whole process was less than 3 months to get the album out. You got you've got these guys, these bands. I'm not going to mention them that only do albums like every 5 or 10 years, like Tool. Oh wait, I said I was going to mention anybody like Tool or Metallica or, and they're saying, oh well, we the songwriting, blah blah blah. I'm sorry, even when Iron Maiden takes time to do their albums, they still don't take freaking 4, 5, 6 years. I mean,
true.
There might be a space in between because they're all like older than dirt, so it takes a little bit more time to get them all together in one room. But freaking, it's just ridiculous to me that some of the greatest albums of all time were done in matters of weeks and days.
Some of the best songs have been done in like a day.
Yeah, well, it's like I was watching a documentary where like there's a few they were talking about different songs like like Behind Blue Eyes. Right, was written in like 45 minutes.
Yeah. I mean,
they had an idea. They had an idea. They wrote the song, and then the Who freaking had it recorded. 45 to 50 minutes of the original writing of it, and then it's like what the
It's like it's like it was like Jamie from Warrant. His best song was Uncle Tom's Cabin, but they had him make a stupid song up, and he pulls that wild cherry out of his butt and it comes the number one song.
Cherry Pie.
Cherry Pie, whatever.
Yeah. Uncle Tom's Cabin should have been the first single off that album.
Oh, that is such an awesome song.
Clearly a better song.
That is so good.
Anyway, back to this though. AZ saying, "Are the gang members or pirates?" He is mixing the themes too much. Yeah, it's a weird song. They can't all be 10s. How about a 6? Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at, Greg. AZ 7.8, but then he said, scratch that 7.1. Metal Mike, I believe you're new to the stream. Cheers, buddy. Welcome to this album ranking thing we do here on Saturday nights. I appreciate you hanging out. Sure, Kitty says 5.1 and feeling generous.
Trust me, I'm glad I'm still up. Jesus, Mary Joseph.
See your prescription bourbon. What's up again, Dave? Good. I'm not worthy. None of us are. None of us are worthy of Iron Maiden.
So earlier, somebody said that earlier that you're only buying this album to listen to the B-side if you're buying the vinyl. The truth is, if you move Gangland to the first 4 songs and move to Acacia Avenue, you would only buy this to listen to just the B-side.
That is true.
You never would have. Children of the Damned is a good song, but I'm saying is that you would see the back of that album would get worn out and you'd have to buy a new one before you wore out the other side.
And I don't mind Prisoner. I mean, I don't know how often I would go back and listen to it, but Prisoner is a solid song. But yeah, to your point, there's 5 to 6 good songs, and then 2 that probably aren't that great.
The only fodder song, as I like to call it, the only fodder song on this entire thing is Gangland. Yeah, and that to me, that's like the Devil's Island of this freaking this album, because it's just the same thing being sent over and over and over again through the whole freaking song, and it's just like, okay, we got the idea. So the chorus is just, it's not interesting and too repetitive. But now, though, to a song that definitely does not suck. Hallowed Be Thy Name. I love this song. I'm just I'm biased, whatever, but this song freaking kicks ass. Yeah, she did. Sure, Kitty, you did say that.
That's definitely my wife's favorite.
I'm waiting in my cold cell when the bell begins to chime.
Why is this great? Yes, Reed Blue.
On my past life.
I also will not be skipping for this song at all.
Oh, you are gonna. It's 7 fucking minutes long, dude. Come on.
All right, I'll skip a little bit. 15, yeah.
The sands of time for me are running low. When the praise comes to read me the last night, take a look to the bars of the last sight of a wall that has gone very wrong for me. Can it be that there's some sort of error to stop the surmounting terror? Is it really the end, not some crazy dream? Somebody please come in down, I'm dreaming. It's not easy to stop from screaming. My words escape me when I'm trying to speak. Forward, why am I crying? After all, I'm not afraid of dying. I believe that there never is an end.
I will skip the second verse, even though I don't really want to.
You don't have to. Just it's your show. Do what the
It is 7 minutes long. So.
do what the fuck you want. It's your show. I'm just some asshole that thinks he knows something about music.
Oh no. Oh yeah. Here it comes. No. Not yet.
Nope.
Not yet.
Nope, it's not.
Too soon.
1, 2, 3, 4, 1.
Oh,
What a way to end.
Yeah, I'll let somebody else go first because I can't really be objective on this or Number of the Beast. So
I started at 15, but we'll give it a 10.
Stanley.
Okay. I'm gonna bring up a point that Sean has made with many songs that we've reviewed.
Okay.
Too repetitive towards the end of the song before that point when you thought when you even counted it out and you're like, okay, here it comes.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't right there. There's one point where they're repeating it right before that, where you think, okay, I'm gonna be listening to this forever, and then all of a sudden they changed it, and then they went to that one that went on for freaking 16, 20 bars over and over, the exact same thing. This song could have easily been a minute to a minute and a half shorter.
Okay.
And it could have been even a better song. But come on,
That's
dude.
why it's Iron Maiden.
It's still a 9.7 out. I mean, it's still easily a 9.7 freaking song. The thing I love about it is this is the first album that Bruce Dickinson is on. So I think that he might have had he just had to prove something. Because if you listen to his vocals on a lot of other stuff, you can see where he's realizing that he can't continue to do this all the time, or else he's not going to have a voice. So he becomes more, instead of being I love the harsh vocals he does. Like you can hear the harshness even when he's going high. That there's just something there that's almost just kind of like gritty to it. And then if you listen farther down the line, it gets more operatic, a lot more attention paid to the actual singing and getting to the notes a little bit different way to get to where he's got to go. So that's why I love this. This album's freaking awesome. I'm not going to freaking lie. If I was going to just say overall album wise, this is easily number 3 to me of my favorite Iron Maiden albums. My favorite obviously is Powerslave. My second is Seventh Son, and then it would be this one.
And that's a lot of repetitive on there. Seventh Son and the Seventh Son that was kind of a little bit of a repetitive.
It's something about Passchendaele and Can I Play with Madness? I know the title's repetitive. That's a good one. But something about Passchendaele and Can I Play with Madness that I just can't freaking not listen to it.
Okay. Well, so Sugarcase says the right riffs and the right solos too. It all comes together here. The star of the album and one of Maiden's best ever. So yeah, hard for me to disagree with that. Love the song. Tempo is a tad slow. Okay, yeah, it does. It kind of builds though. I like songs that build, and this song definitely builds. Whenever this song comes on, I stop what I'm doing, and that is the definition of a 13. We're going all the way to 13 now. Just to be clear, love him to death. Yes, we all love Stanley. Minor keep thrown in there for a second. Yeah, good stuff. 12 bars, dude. Yes. 9-4 from AZ. I scored a 13 and I add Sure Kitty 10 total 23. There you go. 23. Highest score yet, I believe. 9.8. Can't give almost anything a 10, but it's really, really close indeed.
Can you highlight JH real quick?
Yeah, I'm getting there. I'll get there in just a second.
I didn't see where you were at.
I don't want this song any shorter. Jacob 9.5. Lou math. It is greater than 10. I guess. Yes, indeed. 11. JH, the mash bill. What about Somewhere in Time?
Somewhere in Time's up there, but it's my favorite song of all time by Iron Maiden is off of Somewhere in Time, but the album itself to me needed a little bit more work compared to some of the other albums that they've done. So
there you go. So yeah, I'm a 10 on this. I can't give it 11. The only 11 on this album for me is Number of the Beast, but it's still a 10. So
it's good.
Yeah, it's still a perfect song. It's just not as perfect to me as Number of the Beast. So,
and for those who don't know, me and Sean have actually had offline discussion about Number of the Beast, and I think it lasted a little over an hour just about the song. So freaking
yeah, I could talk a long time. I mean, so I just think that the storytelling in Number of the Beast is really interesting because So it was so controversial when it came out because it's like, oh, Iron Maiden worship. Actually, the song is a warning about not worshiping Satan. I mean, because literally, it's a man that's like terrified by his dreams of this like occult practice that he saw, like doing crazy sacrifices and whatever else they were doing. And then it ends with Satan himself warning you and saying, if you keep this shit up, I will possess your soul and burn you in hell. You can't get more of a warning than that.
Yes, Steve Harris wrote the song.
Yeah.
Steve Harris wrote the song after having a nightmare after seeing Damien Omen 2. And he came up with the concept of the song, and then he just, like I said, he looked in, what was it, the Robert Burns poem, and then he wrote the song. So,
yeah, man.
I'm getting ready to meet a kid named Damien. Seen him last year. He's a 13-year-old. He just turned 13. He has his own. So I am an outdoor channel that loves heavy metal to no end. But he has his own little lure bait company for fish and stuff, and so it's kind of cool. His name's Damien. That's when you picked it up. I'm sorry.
Cool. So Jacob's saying there is perfect, and then there is superb. Indeed, a cautionary tale, if you will. Yeah. Same thing with Sabbath and NIB. Yeah, true. It's not a song in support of it. It's a cautionary tale against it, indeed. Well, now on to Stanley's favorite Iron Maiden album, and certainly a great album as well. I mean,
yes,
there's so many just killer Maiden albums. So
yeah, Ace is High.
So let's go ahead and get this thing kicked off with, as I said, Ace is High. Let's get into
awesome.
it. That's right. You're seeing what I'm doing, so I can't do that. Folks, if you're keeping track at home, hopefully you're adding up your scores on the first album and average them out. Yeah, so. Let's skip ahead a little bit here. This is the part I don't like. There we go. Heck yes. Yeah, when it does that, when it does that part, I don't like that part. But still,
that's a 10.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I'm probably going to be in the minority on my scoring here. Let's see here. Let me scroll
That's
back
what
up.
the president should have did when the balloon came over America.
There we go. We got a woo from Lou there. So good. Better intro song on this album. Yeah, I can't disagree with that. Yeah, it's much better than Invaders. Freaking Horns Up. 10 there. Okay, yeah. Since we've gone through all of these songs so quickly, and it's such a short time, I'm going to need a catnap. I love several songs here, but to me, 8. And I'm living in the shadow of Beast. Sorry, Stan. Yeah, okay.
Hey, enjoy your catnap. Love you anyway, brother. Love you anyway.
Well, I'm with you, Sugar Kitty. As you know, Number of the Beast is my favorite Maiden album, so I no disagreement there. What year was
1984.
1984. There we go. You can't listen to Maiden and not bang your head. This is true. This is true, JH. Great vocal performance, crap bridge section. Yeah, that here. Only let's replay it here. This one part. Where are we at here?
The transition into the solo was really shitty.
Sorry for this. Where is it? This right here. I don't like that at all. Yeah, I don't like that part.
I don't. I understand like the echo effect thing that they put on that with just saying it over. I think if they would just screamed fire, 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 doing it again, then that would have worked a lot better than the like people. It almost sounds like an echo effect, but it's supposed to be multiple people yelling it. But if it's Bruce Dickinson's voice doing it every time, it doesn't freaking work out too well.
Yeah, I feel like it takes away from the song some. But Sugar Kitty, cheers to you, man. Same here, Stan. Have a good
Sugar Kitty
evening.
is a man?
Yes.
I thought that was okay. Cool.
So here's the thing. So the Sugar Kitty is the cat.
I get
the man owns the cat. Yes. or is in servitude to the cat. I don't know what the.
Thank you for the information. That's good to know because I was like, I'm thinking that was a girl all the way.
No problem. It wouldn't be the first time. I'm sure Sugar Kitty has dealt with that before. Let's see. I already read that. As well. Where the heck was I? I lost my place. Read that. Okay, so there you go. AZ 9.6. We got Jacob at 9.9. Best chorus. Okay. Of any Maiden song or just like on the album? What are we talking here? Seems like hard rock, not metal. Okay. Fair. 9.8 from JH. And I think they did the audience to echo the could have, yeah. But in any case, my score, and I don't think it's that low, but maybe it is low according to everybody else's scores. I'm going 8.9. And just looking back at the way I scored other songs, I don't like this as much as 22 Acacia Avenue. So that's where I'm at. So it's right under that. Stanley?
Biased. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I say that out loud? No, because I'm going to be biased right now. I have no problem with being biased and accepting the fact that I am. But no, I love I love this freaking song. The chorus part of it when they, just little fly. That whole freaking thing is just crazy amazing.
Bruce is amazing on this song. Yeah,
and the thing is too is that like somebody said earlier, this is like if you go across the different Maiden albums, this is one of the best intro songs into most pretty much any Maiden album, I think.
Yeah.
But and then like the first two songs are better than the first two songs going into the other album we were listening to earlier. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head.
I will get the name, but I will give you that. I will give you that Aces High and 2 Minutes to Midnight are definitely stronger songs than Invaders and Children of the Damned. I will concede that point. Yes.
But yeah, this is like I said, I only will rate one Iron Maiden song of 10, and that is my absolute favorite, Wasted Years. So this is a 9.9.
Wasted Years. Love that song.
Yeah. All right. What do you got
the
for
video?
What do you got for score there?
He already said 10.
10,
Oh, that's
baby.
right. Yeah.
I freaking love that song, man. That's a really, that's a good song. Hey, look, don't get me wrong. I still think that the Number of Beasts is a better album, but doesn't mean that there ain't number 10s on this album because there's
there's going to be a couple 10s for me coming up. I won't say how soon.
I don't know. The next
one. Yeah, the next song reminds me. So when I really got into metal, I was more I wasn't into metal. So I was introduced to metal from the Number of the Beast, and it had Motorhead on a cassette tape on one side and Iron Maiden on the other side. I worked at a car dealership, and all the guys in the back room had long hair, and they were all in a band. And so before you knew it, I started liking them, started listening to their music, original. And they actually, let me tell you what, the guitar player of this band is Tom Maxwell. Tom Maxwell, it was in Hell Yeah. So okay, he's a guitar player of Hell Yeah. So I got to hang out with Tom and everything. Tom is really cool. He's from where I live at. But that got me in there. But the first time I ever hung out with these guys, we were listening to Headbangers Ball. We were watching Headbangers Ball, and all I can remember is 2 Minutes to Midnight. That came on and hanging around. And that's the first time I tried to impress these guys, drinking entirely. I think this is what screwed me up on whiskey, because I drank entirely too much Jack Daniels, and the smell of Jack Daniels would make me literally puke right now.
There you go. It's a good time. I remember that time period in my life as well where I just could not smell whiskey. It was bad. Oh. But now I have too much of it, some would say. Anyway, cheers to you, Alex Myers. Thanks for joining the show. Appreciate you. Let's go ahead and get into our next song here, though. 2 Minutes to Midnight. Here we go. And
fucking Nico. Oh.
He's awesome.
Heck yeah, William. Gonna skip ahead a little bit here. A little more. Okay. Wait, no. Wait a second. All right. So yeah, I said 10 at the beginning, but then I forgot about that midsection. It does drag a little bit in the mid there. So I'm gonna have to recant on my 10. I like it better than 22 Acacia Avenue. I don't like it as much as Run to the Hills though, or the other two songs that are perfect. So I'm gonna go 9.4. Which I think is still a solid score, though. Stanley?
Only 110, so this is a 9.9.
Okay, all right. Fair enough.
I'll give it 9.5.
9.5? Okay. I like it.
I do love it. I love it.
Yeah,
it brings back. It just brings for me. That song just brings back them. That memory. That's all. It's just some there's some memories, man.
So wait, your earlier comments, 2 minutes is the truth. There you go. 9.9 from Jacob, 9.7 from JH, AZ 9.9, my highest score on Masha Metal to date. Favorite speeding song, right up there with Ace of Spades for Driving Fast. Okay, there you go. Yeah, I mean, it is a great song. There's no doubt about it. Kate Bush. Okay.
Kate Bush.
Fair enough.
Bush. We got Bush.
That's it. 9.8 from Alex Myers. I like it. 11.10.
11.10.
11.10. Okay, there you go. Fair enough. Yeah, solid song for sure. I do really enjoy 2 Minutes to Midnight. So your favorite song, is that your favorite song on this album, Stanley, or no?
No.
Okay. All right.
It's not my favorite album on the song. But okay, so the next song, Lost for Words, is actually it's an instrumental that if you don't want to listen to it, you don't have to. It's the only instrumental. This is the last instrumental on any Iron Maiden album until 2021 Senjutsu, the last album that just came out.
Okay.
And this is also the only album other than Senjutsu that has no writing credits for Dave Murray. Dave Murray didn't write anything on Powerslave, and he didn't write anything on Senjutsu, but he's written on every other album. It's just one of those nerd things, freaking. But
and while I have all you guys here, I meant to mention this much earlier, but if you're a Patreon, which most of you in chat are, if you have not voted on our Patreon poll for bands we're going to cover in upcoming Master Metal Lives, please do that because I want your feedback. And with the way the poll looks right now, JH, we're definitely going to have a Motorhead night. Right now, Motorhead is in the lead on the poll. So we're certainly going to have a Motorhead night. And plus, I freaking love Motorhead because
I love Motorhead too, but I'm really up in the air because once they started getting into the 80s, it got kind of cheesy to me, I think.
Yeah, but that's the same kind of argument that people give against Metallica, but that doesn't change the fact that they still put out some amazing albums early on.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Yeah, no, they got
So
you got me there.
Yeah, I have to look at that poll and see how the other bands I voted for were doing with Anthrax and Testament, but
Testament.
So I mean,
Testament and Anthrax, man.
So really, right now, the way the poll's looking, Motorhead's in the lead, but that doesn't mean we're not going to do the other bands. In fact, next week we're going to be doing Slayer versus Sepultura. So, and they're
which side are you taking?
For some reason, I don't know what it is because I know they are a great band because I know a lot of people that really like them, but for some reason, I just could not get into Sepultura, and I don't know why.
That's how I feel about Slayer.
Well, it's just really weird because when you listen to their songs, it was just you just got them bands where it just didn't click, and Sepultura was one of them bands that just did not click with me for some reason.
Oh, so Alex Myers says bye. Okay, cheers. Appreciate you hanging out. Gambling is for fools. I don't want to live forever. That's right. Everything in the 80s was cheesy. True.
No.
Next up, Lost Fur. Yes. All right. Let's get back to the music here. Lost for Words. Here we go. Skip a little bit here. I went too far.
You can skip to the end.
Okay, gonna skip to the end here.
Yeah, just push pause. Just push next.
Okay, so it is an instrumental, so not as interesting to me as some of the other songs on this album, but still solid. It's a solid instrumental. I'll go 7 on it. Stanley.
Okay, so There's a reason why Iron Maiden doesn't do instrumentals, and this is number one. The reason for Iron Maiden not doing instrumentals. As talented as they are, you know what this I thought about this song listening to it earlier today. It sounds like the intro music to a show like an 80s freaking action show on freaking TV like Airwolf or some shit. It just seems like it's like an intro, it's like the beginning of a freaking some 80s early 90s freaking action freaking TV show and shit. And you're getting ready for, all of a sudden to see the back of somebody's head and it turns around and it's like fucking David Hasselhoff or some shit. So freaking, so I thought about it. I say, you know what? I should make it. I use this music and just do like an 80s style intro to my own freaking channel where I just like, I'm in different places and I'm like freaking, turn around and look at the camera and it's starting the mash bill. And then freaking. It just reminds me of, like I said, an 80s freaking Airwolf freaking theme. So yeah, I'll go 6-1. I'll go 6-1 because it's still better than freaking Gangland.
Okay, but I might give it a 5 because I think I've heard that once.
Yeah,
I think I've heard that song once.
It's definitely a song you're probably going to skip on the album. I would have.
Yeah, I think I heard that. I think I heard that once. So I'll give that a 5 because it's when you talk about instrumental, when I want to hear instrumental, it's something maybe what Dream Theater would do.
Yeah,
that's an instrumental that what you don't need singing behind it to keep you interested into. What I'm talking about, Stanley.
Right. Yeah. So when so I understand what you're saying with the Dream Theater thing because Dream Theater does instrumentals like classical music. So they have a prelude, a main meat part of it, and then an exit. And there's like three separate songs that come together and join together and tell a story without having to say any lyrics. This is just some guys freaking playing.
Stanley, I think minutes on this album.
I think you've talked me down from my 7. I'm going to go 6. I'm adjusting my score. I was trying to be generous to give your album a chance, but
oh no, my album still kicks ass because
it does. Yeah, it is.
Actually, you asked me what my favorite song off of this album is.
Okay,
you're getting ready to play it.
Okay, well that's a good segue. Let's go ahead and get into it then. Flash the Blade. This is a solid song. There's no doubt about it. Yeah, here we go. Flash the Blade. Rip is so damn good.
With your wooden sword so mighty, you see George or you David, and you always kill the beast. Time's changed very quickly, and you had to grow up early. A house to smoking ruins, and the bodies at your feet. You die as you lived in a flash of the blade, when it caught up the gun fade away. You live for the touch, for the feel of the steel. The smell of resin leather, the steely iron mask, as if Kent and Buster hurried at the fencing master's call. He taught you all he ever knew to fear the water man, and now you wreak your vengeance in the screams of evil men. You die as you lived in a flash of the blade, and a corner of the gun made away. You live for the touch, for feel of the steel. One man and his own. You'll die as you live in a flash of the blade. In a corner for good fade away. You live for the touch, for the feel of the steel. One man and his own.
All right. Yeah, I thought, Stanley, I would give you the same courtesy that I gave my favorite song. I let the whole thing play. So, all right. So, Stanley, I will let you score first since it is your song. So,
since, like I said, there's only 110, this is a 9.99.
Okay.
This is
all right.
This is literally my second favorite song of any Iron Maiden, and I mean, I said something about Can I Play with Madness and Passchendaele, which are easily top 5, but for some reason, that chorus when they get to the part when it goes in the corner forgotten by no one, and they have that freaking harmony that is you just can't fuck with that. It's just the run up to that when he's like in the flash of a blade, and then it goes right into that. It's just so fucking awesome. And
Good,
the fact that if you read the lyrics to this song, it's just basically about a dude that doesn't give a shit, and he knows he's gonna die, but he's gonna live the way he wants to, and he's gonna die the way that he lived, which is by the flash of a blade. So freaking, it's badass.
Yes. So Greg not giving it a lot of love. He says this is just an instrumental with vocals. I think that seems a little harsh, but okay.
Hey, everybody's allowed to have their opinion. I don't dismiss anybody's opinion, because guess what? Music is like whiskey. It's everybody has their opinions.
That's
some
it.
Some people have to live with being wrong.
I don't like
what do we got for score there, though? And for those folks who don't know, Outdoors in Maryland is another YouTube channel. I feel like you probably know that, but if you don't know that, it is a YouTube channel. So if you're into fishing and outdoor stuff,
yeah, I do a lot. I mean, I actually was just out on the bay out here. Obviously I'm in Maryland, and I was just out on an oyster boat. We were out there catching oysters. All you guys slurping on all the oysters if you get them. I was on a commercial boat just the other day. I go out commercial crabbing, regular, me and the wife going out crabbing, and a little bit of fishing. We just food recipes, stuff like that. I am actually I have about 1 week left, and this old guy is getting ready to have a completely total knee replacement. So I'll be out for about 3 months.
Oh, man.
But that's all right. We're getting all the stuff in now. And that's why I'm going to be putting up some live streams. So hopefully on my Headbangers. Now I do have another YouTube channel that's called Headbangers and Hard Rock. Headbangers and Hard Rock Television. I've put in a couple things up there, but during my 3-month thing, we're really going to start putting up some videos. Like I said, I'm going to do I did have a band ask me if I would review them, and that's a really, really young band called Offended. That's what young kids are now. They're all offended, but them and, let me tell you what, I hate to really interrupt this, but Obituary, I was never into death metal. I am a metalhead, but for some reason I just could not get in. I always thought the music was okay, but when he started doing all the dog growling and stuff like that, it just wasn't something that I really enjoyed. But I listened to Obituary. He's got a new album out, their 11th album. And to me, that sounded more like thrash metal than the new album sounded more like thrash metal than, death metal. So I actually went back and listened to like their 1992 album. Oh my God. I was like, what was I missing? I mean, that was really good music. Yeah. And that I completely missed.
So for anybody in the chat that has never watched his heavy metal channel, Was it hard? It's something. It's heavy metal.
It's Headbangers and Hard Rock Television.
Yeah, Headbangers and Hard Rock Television. Check it out because what he does. Part of the thing that I always thought was cool is that he does a lot of local bands to where he's at, but he also goes to. He reviews and introduces you to other up and coming bands and stuff like that. And if you have suggestions for him to listen to some new bands in your area, to where he can promote them, he can if he review them, promote them, or whatever, reach out to him because he's really good about listening to whatever's thrown his way, and if he likes it, he'll promote the shit out of it. So
I mean, like I haven't did it in about a year and a half because I just got so busy with my other channel.
Yeah.
So I thought about actually doing so. I just found a new band and I was listening to them the other day and I was actually shocked because the band you would actually throw in if it's a mixture of it's a mixture of Corrosion Conformity, some old Judas Priest from like the 70s, and Black Sabbath. It's like a big mix of them. And I was listening to that, and I thought that was actually a really good. And this is new. And when I bring a new album out, this is all new music that's coming out in the date that I'm talking about. We're not talking about old bands. We're talking about a lot of bands that are playing thrash metal and power metal and all this stuff that we love listening to.
Yeah,
but it's all new. It's all new albums, and a lot of them are coming from Italy, Australia, Germany. I mean, Germany's got some ridiculous band coming out. It's just so I'm starting to roll with that. And since I'm going to be kind of laid up for about 3 months, we're definitely going to be pushing that channel. I'll throw it in here, come in as Headbanger next time. But all right, let's get into your music. I appreciate you guys talking about that. That's pretty awesome. Yeah. Thank you.
So Lou went a little hard on this one, Stanley. He said not everything can be an 11. Case in point, 5. Okay.
I love Commandante. I love Lou. You know how much I love you, but like I said earlier, some people, if you can go to bed tonight, look yourself in the mirror, and before you lay down, go, I can live with being wrong. Then we're good. We're good. We're good.
And Jacob is undecided, can't decide.
Sleep tonight.
JH gives it an 8. I don't know. Passion and I don't even know what that word is.
So he put an extra S in there, an extra S and an extra E, but freaking it's Passchendaele. It's a song off of Seventh Son I had mentioned earlier. He was just saying that it's one of his favorites.
Some people have better opinions than others. Okay, fair enough. And also, good day to you, Ken, and congratulations on 3 years on Scotch Down Under, man. Yeah. The godfather of the pub style here in chat, folks. The man.
I never would have started a pub style channel when I first started my channel, and there's a lot of people that have a lot to thank Ken for doing that. I mean, Livewire Whiskey never would have happened, and if Livewire and me and a few other channels hadn't happened because we were all friends of Scotch Down Under and he convinced us to go ahead and do it, then we wouldn't have all these pub style channels that everybody loves to be on. So
heck yeah, man. Yeah. So there is
he's the godfather.
Yeah. So if for some reason you're not following Ken, I assume you are, but if you're not, there is the link. Thank you, AZ, for throwing that up. Yeah. Ken's the man. He made this all possible. He invented the damn thing, basically. There we go. Sir, we have words for that, specifically a grizzly bear raping his. Oh yeah, talking about the death metal sound. Yeah, a grizzly bear raping a Sasquatch. That was pinned by Shred himself. There,
I just can't get it. I just can't. And what really makes it terrible is that you listen to some of the music and the music's really good, and you're getting into music, and then this guy comes on doing this stuff, and I'm going like, oh man, it's just like, and a lot of screaming too. Don't get me wrong. As much as I enjoy a good technique screamer, because there's some screamers guys that can scream like that can really give you goosebumps. Even like the girl from In This Moment, I think from
Arch Enemy, Ginger.
Yeah. I mean, it's like some of them can give you that there's a technique to it, and you can hear it. You can hear it in their voice. If somebody is screaming just to scream, you can hear it, and I don't get into it. But if you can listen to somebody that can do that, and if somebody can scream and give me goosebumps to listen to them because it's such a good thing, that's metal, man. That is somebody that is into what they're doing, and it's a really good technique. But I just can't get into death metal, man. I just can't do it. I don't know what it is.
AZ, speaking of Scott's to Scott's anniversary there, 3 years, you cunts. Yeah, heck yeah. Congrats, Ken, and cheers to you, buddy. He says that's the correct spelling. So Arch Enemy, one of my faves. All good, brother.
She is
let's go ahead and get back into the music, though. We keep ranting, so we gotta.
Also one of mine.
Okay, here we go. The Duelists. Let's get into it. Another great riff. I'm going to skip a little bit because it is 6 minutes long. Wait, too far. Still too far. Damn it. None of it. Yeah, this is basically the never-ending guitar solo. I'm going to skip ahead a little more because we still got a minute and a half to go. All right. For me, it's a little too long for its own good, the Duelists, but still a solid track. I'm going to go 8.4. There's parts of it I really like, but then there's other parts that kind of drag for me. And like the guitar solo is interesting, but it's a little longer than it needs to be. So yeah.
No lie to you, I never heard the song before.
There you go. JH 7.7. We got Hanging AZ 7.8 C plus territory. Waiting for the Village in the Mariner. Okay. Jacob giving it an 8. Sam, I'm getting a little echo.
From me?
I think so.
I'm sorry. There you go.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
I got it on here too. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Let's see that prosthetic stand head is frightening me. Oh, yeah, I got you. Yeah. And then 6. So I'm going 8.4. I think it's a solid track. It's just it gets a little long and drawn out for me in points. So some solid guitar work there. What else? Anybody else got some scores to throw out there? We only got a couple there.
I gave him a 6 very generously.
Okay, fair enough. Stone Cold Mashville Avatar. And also, folks, for those of you that don't know, tomorrow, well, really in about, let's see, 8 hours, Ken will be on, probably not even 8 hours, probably more like 6 or 7 hours. Ken will be on celebrating his 3-year celebration thing stream tomorrow. So, yeah, they had to put a few tunes on the album for the ladies. Okay. So, Stanley, we've already all scored. What is your score on the Duelist?
Okay, so I love the freaking lyrics to it. I love the whole very beginning of the song. I think that the instrumental part of it is too long. There's literally no reason for it to be 6 minutes and something like 6:08 or something like that, right? So if it was cut down to 4.5 to 5 minutes, I'd easily give it a 9.6, 9.7. But because of the drawn out instrumental part of it, it's like a 9.2 to me.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah, I gave it an 8.4. I think it's a solid song. It's just like I said, it's a little too long for its own good. But yeah, solid track for sure.
Iron Maiden's good for that stuff, man.
What's that?
Said Iron Maiden's good for dragging. Repeating a little bit on some stuff.
Yeah, well, I mean, Metallica, the same thing, and there's Megadeth songs that really, I mean, all metal bands do it occasionally, but that's sometimes I like that about metal. Sometimes I like a long song, but this one's it's all right. All right, now though, Back in the Village.
Chances, kill the engine, drop the bombs and let it roll. White flags shot to rivers, the truth is black and burned. Shell shock in the kitchen, tables overturned. Back in the village again, in the village, I'm back in the village again. Throwing dice now, rolling loaded. I see sixes all
15-second verse.
no brains on the inside. Paper cans and burning bombs. There's a fox, I want a chicken, and a killer and the hounds. Questions are a burden, and answers a prison for oneself. Shell shock in the kitchen, tables start to build. But still we walk into the valley, and others try to kill the inner flame. We're burning
That's
like
good
a
one.
man before. I don't have a number or a name. Back in the village again, in the village, back in the village again. Yeah, back in the village again, in the village, back in the village again. Back in the village, and I'm back in the village, and I'm back in the village again.
Okay. That was Back in the Village, in case you didn't catch what the name of the song was. It's a little repetitive for me. I think there's some solid guitar work, and Bruce is great as always. I'm going 7. I think it's good, but not amazing. Thoughts? What?
No, I was just waiting for you to finish your statement. I'll wait.
No, I was getting to you next. So yeah. What are your thoughts, Stanley?
I mean, I got a feeling somebody's just lowering some of their scores so that freaking their album wins tonight. But freaking,
you think that's an outstanding track? I mean,
okay, so Back in the Village, yeah, it is repetitive. It's not like, I mean, I'm not going to say it's like a 9.8, 9.9, 9.7, anything like that. I'm just
I
saying
didn't give it a 2. I gave it a 7. I mean,
I know it's a solid track. It's better. I mean, it's better than Gangland.
yeah. Well, I scored Gangland a 6. So yeah.
No, for me, actually, Back in the Village, I really like. I like the instrumental part of it, and I do like the repetitive stuff towards the end where they keep on saying "Back in the Village, back in the village, back in the village." Okay, okay, whatever. But I still got. I mean, I still got to give it a solid freaking like 8.9, dude. Freaking, that's still a good solid song by Frank Iron Maiden.
I don't think I gave it that high of a thing.
You threw a 6 up there.
Yeah. That's right. I didn't want to make. Okay. Yeah. I don't know.
But it's fine because the next two songs make up for everything.
Yeah, I just want to say that in a lot of our main songs, I consider myself a metalhead, but I've never heard them two songs.
Right.
I can't recall them, even though it's kind of a bad thing. But I mean, the next two will definitely bring you back up into standings.
So Jade saying all the talk about weed just made me remember I forgot to watch Slapshot do his whole thing. Yeah, I did too. To be fair, I mean, I'm only sort of hungover right now. I was very, very hungover earlier. So yeah, I need to watch the wall again. Yeah, indeed, a great movie. I did tune into Slapshot making the bowl. Good stuff, man. Yeah, good, man. I'm glad. I'm glad. Hopefully, he had a lot of support because I wish I would have been there. I just did not remember because I had a very bad headache. Shell shock in the kitchen. Okay, those lyrics. Not sure what this song is even about. 6. Jake giving an 8.4, kind of up there with Stanley. Okay, 7.5 from JH. This is kind of like Gangland, mixed themes poop. Okay, 6.3. Roscoe, 7.5. I may just be getting tired of B-sides right now. Okay, that's fair. So let's move along to Powerslave. It is another 7 minute 11-second song.
It's the instrumental.
What's that?
It's the instrumental part of the album. It's not like it's freaking. I mean, there's these. I have to admit, I will admit that some of these songs really are way longer than they need to be. Now, Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner, still, I told you to cut out like 4 minutes of it. But every time I listen to it myself, I listen to all 13 fucking minutes of it. So but yeah, this one at 7 minutes, you're probably going to have to advance on this one because
it's solid. Well, let's go ahead and get into it. Little thriller vibes here.
As midnight comes across the land.
Into the abyss I fall, the eye of horrors. Into the eyes of the night, watching me go. Green is the cat's eye that glows in this temple. Enter the risen Osiris, risen day. Tell me why I have to be a Powerslave. I don't wanna die, I'm a god, why can't I live on? When the life giver dies, all around is laid waste. I'm in my last hour, I'm a slave to the power of death.
Had a little bit here.
I was living.
Don't skip that part.
little bit more because we still have 2.5 minutes to go. Well, I got to listen to this part though. Now it's time.
When the light never dies, all around is laid waste. And in my last hour, I say to the power of death, say to the power of death, say to the power of
All right.
That was
so that
freaking
is
awesome.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite songs on the album. Even though it is long, it's hard to play a 7-minute song in its entirety in this setting. But Powerslave is a freaking killer track.
That's awesome.
So, Stanley, I'll let you go first.
What are you doing?
9.9.
Okay, that's right. It can't be a 10. Fair enough.
I'm with you. 9.9, baby.
So
good song.
I had to look back through my score list on this album, and like I don't know if I like it better than Aces High, and I had Aces High at an 8.9, so I'm going 8.8. Now, did I almost kill you there, Stanley?
No, it wasn't you. I was freaking. Ooh. I took a drink and then did one of those little like quick freaking like I turned a little bit and like a little pinch freaking in my back and I like went just as I took the drink.
Gotcha.
And, oh God, that freaking hurt. The freaking muscle didn't hurt as bad as that freaking inhaling.
I thought you were offended by my score there for a second.
Oh no, I'm still offended by it, but this had nothing to do with it.
All right, so AZ says 7.7 on Powerslave, not the best title track. Number of the Beast kills that. Okay. Roscoe P. Coltrane 8, JH 8.1. I didn't like how they incorporated some Middle Eastern. They incorporated some Middle Eastern sounds. Def a 9+. Cocaine is a hell of a drug, Stan. There you go. All right, so folks, we're getting to the last track of the album, and you have plenty of time to listen along and also add up your scores, and we'll compare our final scores at the end of this. I'm going to hit the bathroom while
I definitely wasn't keeping track of what I did.
Do you know? Okay, so do you know the reference that he just did with the cocaine is a hell of a drug?
No.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about Dave Chappelle. Yeah. Well, I mean, more specifically, Dave Chappelle doing Rick James. Yeah.
Cocaine.
Hey, we got Joe in the house. What's up, man?
What's up, brothers?
Hey.
Not much. Just hanging out, listening to music, and drinking whiskey. having good times.
Awesome, man.
What I tell you what. Let me tell you something. Ryman Ancient Mariner. Ryman Ancient Mariner. That's his. This just got a certain part. There's a part. Even though it's really long, it just does not get boring, no matter how much you listen to it. And as it builds up, it's got probably one of the best transitions that I really enjoy. I do have to roll, but I can tell you, I still believe Number of the Beast is better. As much as some of these songs are probably the top Rhyme Ancient Mariner,
You
Power
can cut
Slave.
them. You can cut them off anytime you want to.
Look,
Well-
but I like to come on. This is actually I really enjoyed coming on and hanging out. I missed a lot of them. I didn't even realize you were on there, sir. So
Yeah.
I'd love to come
Thanks,
up once in a while and maybe bring I'll throw an album out to you that we can battle against or something.
Yeah,
I think,
cool, man. That sounds good.
I got to get up early tomorrow, and at 6, and my wife already came in. What the hell? She just walked in, sleeping for 3 hours, going, "What the hell are you still doing up?"
Well, that's good, man. That means you had a good time. I appreciate it, man. Thank you for hanging out.
You guys know so much about metal, man. I really enjoy sitting around and hanging with you guys. So next time, man, I definitely love to join again.
Yeah.
All right.
Cheers,
All
brother.
right. See you, man.
See you later.
See, Stan was hanging out with Rick James again. Yeah, Charlie Murphy. Speaking of cocaine, Twist of Cain by Danzig. There you go. All right, so let's get to the Ancient Mariner. I'm gonna go pee while this plays, and then we will skip a little bit. The thing is, it's hard for me to say like where to skip in the Ancient Mariner. But anyway,
it depends. It depends on what if you want to listen to the how much of the instrumental part of it you want to listen to, because it's like.
Yeah,
I want to say it's somewhere around right around the 5.5 minute mark. It goes in the instrumental, and that instrumental is like almost 6 minutes long. So then you come back in around 10 minutes, and you still have a good minute and a half of freaking instrumental on the back end. So,
for sure.
Yeah. So it's 13 minutes long. So, you could take a really, really long piss if you had to.
Yeah. And again, folks, start adding up your scores, and then we'll compare our scores here in just a second once we finish with Rhyme and see what is the better album by various opinions here that we have in our on panel and on chat. So here we go. Let's go ahead and get into it. Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner.
Sees eyes, he stops for a free. Mesmerizes the one of the winning is staying. He relates to the nightmares out the sea. And the music plays on as the pipe passes by. Caught by his spell, the murder tells his tale. Driven south to the land of the snow and ice, to a place where nobody's been. Through the snowfall flies on the albatross, heaven got stand. Every good night it brings. And the ship sails on, back to the north, through the fog and ice, and the albatross comes down. Begins with its vengeance. A terrible curse of thirst has begun. His shipmates play bad luck on the mariner. About his neck, the dead body's hung, and the curse goes on and on and on and see. And the thirst goes on and on and on and be. Day after day, we stuck no bit, no motion. As idle as a painted ship upon a painted ocean. Water everywhere, and all the boats did shrink. Water everywhere, the rating dropped a drink. a ship on the lake. But how can she sail with no wind in her sails and no tide? See, onward she comes, onward she nears, out of the sand. See, she has no crew, she has no life. Wait, but there's two. There's a chain life and death. They throw the dice for the crew. She wings the mariner and he belongs to her now. Hey, crew on my word. They talk all day.
Turn it down.
200 men. She life and death. She lets him live. Her chosen one.
Well, I'm going to skip ahead some. I guess that means I hate music.
So did he. The cousin lives on in their eyes. The mariner he wished he died, along with the sea creatures, but they lived on. So did he. And by the light of the moon, he prays for their beauty not doomed. With heart he blesses them, God's creatures, all of them too. Then the spell starts to break. The albatross falls from his neck, sinks down like lead into the sea. There down and falls comes the
I have no way to turn it up.
Fighting spirits, none of them speak, and a life for cinders. And the rage is still start, and it starts again. Have to do a turn to the night that carries on. Never curse, he's finally lifters, and the mariner sights his home. Spirits go for the land and bodies, from their own light to the mariner's left alone. And then a boat came sailing towards him. It was a joy he could not believe. The pilot's boat, his son and the hermit, penance of life will fall onto him. And the ship it sinks like lead into the sea. And the hermit shrieks the manner of his sins. The mariner's bound to tell out his story, to tell his tale wherever he goes, to teach God's word by his own example, that we must love all things that God made, and the world he gets to stand and wise a man. And the tale goes on and on and on and on.
Well, an epic conclusion to a fantastic album. There's no doubt about it. It's my second favorite song on the album. 9.2 from me. Fantastic song. Yeah. Stanley.
This is 9.8. Like I said, there's only 110, and there's a couple songs I do like way more than this. So yeah, this is freaking. It's an epic song. The one thing I do like about the fact, even though it's 13 minutes long, is that even when there's longer breaks for instrumental, it's not so long that you get away from it, and it continues to tell the story broken up through the whole 13 minutes, not tell 90% of it and then tell the very ending of it 7 minutes later. So
and Lou, we will definitely get to we'll do that. We'll do a couple of Iron Maiden requests after we finish up the scoring here in just a bit. We can definitely do Flight of Icarus. Yeah, and Stanley, I agree, man. Yeah, it's great storytelling in Rhyme the Ancient Mariner. It's just, yeah, it's a really, really good song. There's no doubt about it. Yeah. On and on across the sea. That's right. 9.4 on the Mariner for me. I've heard this song many times. Yes. This is better than I remember. It is every time you listen to it. I feel like that's true. Why'd you turn it down? Yeah. So Lou, I don't know what that was about. If the sound dipped, I don't know why. Cause like, I don't control the volume of it by any means. So it might be on your end, but anyway, Jacob throwing up the horns there. Just by Maiden Great's Hiss, one thing I've learned from tonight is there is no rhyme or reason, pun intended, on how they put together albums. Yeah, I mean, maybe. I would say Iron Maiden would probably disagree with that, but that's all right. Louder. Again, I have no control. Try 11. Right. 9 from Jacob. 9 from JH. Good point to skip ahead to the build-up. Yes, that scream alone is 9. It reminds me of Children of the Grave a little. This is one of those jams you gotta probably get lost on the couch too at the end of the Rager, and everyone is gone or passed out, and you're the only one who made it through the night. And then also, am I the only one who still says Rager anymore? Got to be a 10, an epic 10. Can you imagine the old folks home? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait to still be listening to metal when I'm like 80 or 90 or however old I live. Probably not either of those numbers. But anyway, Joe, do you feel like scoring this song with us?
I'm probably not qualified for that. I'm just here. I'm just here for the booze and the ladies. And
okay.
No ladies, so I guess I'm here for the booze.
Fair enough. Okay, so AZ said he's about 50-50 right now, and he's up. So my scores were really close. They were not far apart by any means. These are both fantastic albums. So even though Number of the Beast is my favorite of the two, it's not by like a huge margin. These are both great albums. So Stanley, I'll let you go first if you want to throw out your scores first, and then
I didn't track my scores.
Okay.
But I didn't track my scores. They're both. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. They're both really close. But if I'm basing it on 9 songs against 8 songs, 3 songs on the first album were could be throwaways and get 6 good songs out of it. The same on this album. You can get 6 good songs out of it. If you put,
they both have 8. Both albums have 8 songs.
No, I thought the other one had 9.
No, it's 8.
Okay, so then there's 5 good songs on freaking Number of the Beast and 6 songs that work out on freaking Powerslave. But either way, if you match them song for song, I still kind of think that Powerslave edges them out, only because if you think about it, Children of the Damned can't go up against 2 Minutes to Midnight. Children of the Damned can't go against any of those, to pretty much most of those songs.
I don't know. I mean, not for me. So I actually prefer Children of the Damned to, like, say, Back in the Village or.
Okay, I can understand that. Yeah, I can understand what. So if I eliminated, say, if I just cut it down to 5 and I got rid of Back to the Village, I'm still looking at. I'm still looking at Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner. I'm still looking at The Duelist. I'm still looking at Flash of the Blade. I'm still looking at Aces High, and I'm still looking at freaking 2 Minutes to Midnight. I still think that the 2 lowest ones on that 5, the Duelist and, I hate to say it, 2 Minutes to Midnight, out of those 5 are still better than the first two songs on the first album. So,
well, yeah, but then there's the latter half of the album. That's
yeah, but you can't. I mean, if you put "Hallowed Be Thy Name" up against "Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner," I mean, as the closeouts.
I mean, for me, "Hallowed Be Thy Name" wins.
I think for a lot of people, "Hallowed Be Thy Name" would win. I myself personally would be giving it to a wash, as they would wash each other out pretty much, because there's awesome parts about both of them.
True, yeah.
But then when you get to the meat and potatoes and stuff, and I think that they almost wash each other out. But because, like I said, this is my favorite freaking Maiden album, it could be literally, if I scored it and actually kept track of what my scores I was getting, I guarantee it's within like 0.2 of each other, or even 0.1 of each other.
Well, so that's basically where I'm at. So my averages came out this way: Powerslave at 8.2, and A Number of the Beast came out at 8.6. So I was within 0.4 of a point of the 2 albums. So
yeah, you're
well, I mean, so here's what I would say about them. I would say that Powerslave doesn't have the low points. They don't get as low as some of the lower songs on Number of the Beast. But I also don't think it hits the highs for me that Number of the Beast does. Like, so I don't think it gets as low or as high for me. So I would say it's more consistent. But I mean, my 2 favorite Maiden songs are on Number of the Beast. So yeah, it's.
Well, I mean, if it could, I mean, for, let's say consistency, but I guess consistency would be the word. But if you sat down and you put both albums, you sat down and put both albums on, I do think that you could listen through Powerslave and listen to every song and not be disappointed. I think that on Number of the Beast, there's going to be a point where you're like, Okay, let's go on to the next song.
I mean, I'm skipping because I actually did this week. So I listened to both these albums all the way through 3 times just to prepare for tonight to be,
Right.
And so on the third listen, I skipped Lost for Words and I skipped Back in the Village. And I know you really, really love Flash of the Blade, but it's not one of my. It's solid. I gave it an 8, but it's not like it's not one of those songs I'm going to listen to over and over again for me. Anyway.
Right. I understand. Like I said, all of us have to. If you're able to go to sleep and tell yourself that you can accept the fact that you're wrong, then hey, we're good. We're all good.
Hey, so I'm sorry to interrupt, Stanley, but Renin FVS, that's actually going to be part of next week's battle. So next week we got Sepultura going up against Slayer. So there will certainly be a lot of tracks off Beneath the Remains. Absolutely. So yeah.
Okay, so are you just going to go ahead and pick on your own 10 out of 10 against 10, or are you?
No, so I kind of I'm kind of picking the brain of you, Shred, Jacob. Kind of gonna get a mix of everybody's favorites from both. So if you want to send me both, you want to send me some of your favorite Sepultura and some of your favorite Slayer, and I'm gonna have Shred do the same, and Jacob as well, because Jacob's a big Sepultura fan. So, yeah. So and I'm gonna kind of combine all those lists to make 10 and 10, and we'll do kind of a versus best of kind of thing.
Okay, I can do that.
So. On that comment, dang, I thought you would have scored those higher. So here's my running score sheet right now. Right now, Number of the Beast is my highest rated album on my current list. So just above Metallica Ride the Lightning. So 8.6 on Number of the Beast. Metallica Ride the Lightning 8.45. Holy Diver 8.44. Powerslave 8.2. Pantera Far Beyond Driven 7.99, Korn self-titled 7.16, and then Megadeth Peace Cells at 6.56, mainly because of some songs that I just absolutely cannot stand on that album. But still a great album.
Devil's Island is a freaking awesome song.
It's definitely not. And also there's the song that we won't even talk about because no one that song gets. I'm sure that anyone that's ever listened to that album, after hearing the song one time, never, ever plays that song ever again.
And ain't so superstitious, or I ain't superstitious. Come on, man.
That song really brought down the average score of Peace Cells. Oh, it's awful. Anyway.
Well, if you give a song a 0, it's going to bring down a score.
Yeah. Roots, Bloody Roots. Might be, just depends on the day situation. Number of the Beasts seem to have a bit more filler. Yeah, I will agree with that. There's probably, as Stanley pointed out, there's probably one more song on Beast that's not as great as, say, if you're going song to song. But I still say that the 2 greatest songs on that album are better than, for me anyway, better than the songs on Powerslave. So that's what tipped the scales for me. Anyway, I used to love playing Fly of Icarus in bars. Maiden fans go nuts. There you go. Horns and fires and all the good things. Best of the best, right? I've got to get you my song. Yeah, man. So we got a week to get it together still. So crazy metal scene in Brazil. Heck yeah. Well, legit score sheet, though. Very well thought out. Yeah, I try to be objective. I mean, I know you guys always give me a hard time about my Metallica love. That's okay. I don't care. I still say that they put out 5 of the greatest metal albums of all time. So, don't really care. I mean, like everybody, Stanley, you're muted.
Those 5 albums were what? Load, Reload.
Yes, those are the ones I'm talking about, clearly.
Death Magnetic. Lulu and Saint Anger, right? Those were the 5 you're talking about.
Yes, those are my 5 favorite Metallica albums for sure. I listen to them all the time because I love them so much. I've never listened to Lulu all the way through. I can't. It's impossible.
I can't make it past track 2.
I've skipped around the album just to see what it's about. It's so bad, but it's in fairness, it's not really a Metallica album because it's a
Lou Reed album.
Yeah, whatever the hell. So, but then Saint Anger, there's no excuse for that. I don't know. God, why? Why do the drums sound that way? Why do they sound that way? Who made the decision to make it sound that way? They had no one with ears heard that master before it went out to the masses. There's no way. There's no way anyone heard that, because I don't know how you could sell that. No one would. Anyway, I could go on a long rant about Saint Anger. Come on, the Black album's not that bad. There are some great songs in the Black album. Not the songs that made it to the radio, but there are some great songs in the Black album. Anyway, so now before we close down, we got to do some requests. So Lou, you requested Flight of Icarus. Stanley, you have a request? Joe, any other Maiden requests before we close down?
I'm good. I'm good with Flight of Icarus, and
okay,
that's good.
Does it have to be one of these groups?
No. If you want something else, that's fine.
No, I was just curious on if it was for these specific albums or different albums.
No, whatever. We can do something other than Maiden. I'm good with that, Joe.
Well, I heard that one song from Metallica, Saint Anger, is pretty good.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, you know what? This for fun. I will play a little bit of that.
I'm curious if you can point out where you're talking about like the certain beat that really throws you off or makes you like.
Okay, we'll do that first. Well, actually, I won't, because then I have to research Maiden. So let me do Flight of Icarus first, and then we will get to. Okay. Didn't think it'd start playing. Anyway, all right. Then we'll get to the fantastic, the masterpiece that is Saint Anger.
No, I'm not disagreeing or anything. I just curious on what you're talking about as far as
okay,
in the riffs and stuff.
Right? Yeah. We'll certainly talk about it. Oh man, here we go. All right, let's listen to a good song first, though.
Okay.
All right, Flight of Icarus. Here we go.
An old man stands on the hill as the crowd warms to the first rays of light. A bird song shatters the still. His eyes are ablaze. See the madman in his gaze. Fly on your way like an eagle. Fly as high as the sun, on your way like an eagle. Fly, touch the sun, yeah. Now the crowd breaks and a young boy appears, looks the old man in the eye as he spreads his wings and shouts at the crowd, in the name of God, my Father, I'll fly. His eyes seem so glazed as he flies on the wings of a dream. Now he knows his father betrayed. Now his wings turn to ashes his blade. Fly on your way like an eagle. Fly as high as the sun, on your way like an eagle. Fly, touch the sun.
right. Yeah. Not part of the battle tonight, but that is a fantastic song. There's no doubt about it. But now a different kind of song.
Hey, so real quick, I sent you a text.
Oh yeah, I saw it, Stanley. I'm sorry. Yeah, if you need to go, man, that's
yeah. So I'm gonna drop off. Go grab something to eat so I can get my blood sugar back up, and then in a little bit I'm gonna probably go over, jump on Vix for a little bit, and say hey.
Yeah.
So when you guys are done, head over that way, and we'll hang out for a little bit longer.
Well, I'm probably going to bed after this because I didn't sleep much last night. Joe knows.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I had a rough day today.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm probably going to dip after we do a couple more songs here. But thank you for hanging out as always, Stanley. And thank you for co-hosting and stuff. I appreciate it, man.
And, of course, we'll see you again soon.
Yeah, man, for sure.
All right.
And again, folks, of course, night, Stanley. Again, folks, so we're going to do a little bit of Saint Anger as a joke. And then, Ken, I did see your request. We will certainly play the word I can't pronounce off of Death Dance or whatever the heck the album is, and then that will close down the show. But first, though, we got to get to this song, and I would say this is actually one of the better songs on this awful album. But
is the album called Saint Anger?
Yeah, it is. Well, here we go. Let's go ahead and get into it. For those of you that have never heard this, then here you go. It's something. It's a thing that exists. This part I'm okay with. It's not too.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, is this the opening you don't like?
Come on, bad. No, okay. Coming. There it is.
What? You don't like that?
It's making it way worse.
What is he hitting though to make that sound?
Pots and pans, I believe. There it is. All right.
Yeah, I do hear the pots and pans in that.
Like, this part's okay. I can deal with this.
Thank you, Commandant Lou.
Saint Anger round my neck. Saint Anger round my neck.
Yeah.
He never gets respect.
I can't listen to a lot of that, but I will say, they didn't have drums behind the glass. Something. I don't know how that was recorded. But the snare on that, the whole album is just like unbelievably bad.
Yeah.
Like some of the songs off Saint Anger live are not bad, because it doesn't sound like that. I don't really care for James' style of singing on this record though, because it's very similar to like Reload and all the later albums basically.
How many concerts have you been to of Metallica?
Just one.
Oh,
yeah.
How many songs off this album did they sing?
So I actually saw them on this tour. So they played quite a few, but they also played a lot of stuff that was not related to this, thank God. Just the one concert, because the tickets are always expensive for Metallica concerts. I don't go to a ton of concerts, honestly, because of drunk people and piss everywhere, and there's all sorts of reasons. Smoke, a lot of people smoking. And I know that's not metal of me at all, and I don't care. I generally don't like being around large groups of people. It makes me irritated most of the time. But wow, that snare is awful. It truly is. It's unbelievably bad. And there's songs on that album that it's even worse. That's one of the better songs on that album, if you even want to call it that. But anyway, so there is Joe's link for anyone that isn't subbed. I assume you all are, but if you're not, then there you go. And there is link to Ken. There's Scotch Down Under. But now we're going to get back to a real song.
Cheers, Commandant.
Let's see here. Is it Death Dance? Is that what the... No, that's apparently not right. And I can't ever remember the spelling. Yes. There it is. That's the thing. All right, here we go. Final request of the night, coming off what the heck is this album called? It's something Death Dance or whatever. We all know the thing. Anyway, Passchendaele. There it is. Here you go, Ken, your requests. And after this, we'll talk about it for a second, then close down. But thank you, everybody, for hanging out tonight, as always. Again, Patreons, if you haven't yet, please go and vote on the poll there, because we're kind of deciding future lives. Yeah. So vote, comment, all the things. And for those of you that comment on the poll, that's an extra entry into this month's giveaway. So yeah, do the things. Anyway, last song of the night here. Let's do it. Yes. Stop voting for Slayer and vote for Testament, please, for the love of God.
In a foreign field he lay, lonely soldier, unknown grave. On his dying words he prays, tell the world of Passchendaele. We live all that he's been through, last communion of his soul. Rust your bullets with his tears, let me tell you
we knew
about
what you
his
meant,
years. Laying low in a blood-filled trench, killing time to my veil, dead to my face. I can feel the falling rain. Never see my friends again. In the smoke, in the mud, and rest. Smell the fear and the feeling of dread. Took me time to go over the wall. Rapid fire on the end of us all. When you shout to Morgan fire, left his bodies hang on barbed wire. Bible found nothing but a bloody tomb. They reunited with my dead friends soon. Many soldiers, 18 years, drowning mud, no more tears. Surely a war the world can win. Killing time about to begin. Home, far away from the war. A chance to live again. Home, far away, but the war, no chance to live again. The bodies of us and our foes, the sea of death it overflows. In no man's land, no young knows. Into jaws of death we go. Crucified before the cross, Allied troops been born and lost. Seven world propaganda machine, such the doors never been seen. Swear I heard the angels cry, pray to God no more they die. So that people know the truth, tell the tale of Passchendaele. Only has a human heart, and the man does play his part. Tell about the men we kill. The human heart is hungry still. I step my ground for the very last time. Guns ready as a standing line. Never wait for the whistle to blow. Russian blood and over we go. Running straight around the wire, running straight to cannon fire, running blood is all my dread. Say a prayer in the name of death, and we charge the enemy lines. Amongst the fire as we go down, until the crowd that no one hears. Feel the blood go down my throat. Oh, far away from the war, a chance to live again. Oh, far away from the war, no chance to live again. Oh, far away from the war, a chance to live again. Oh, far away from the war, no chance to live again.
Indeed.
Holy crap, that's a long song.
Yeah. It is.
See my spirit on the wind, across the lines beyond the hill. Friend and foe will meet again, those who died at Passchendaele.
Ooh. 8.5 minutes. But it is a good one. I do like that song. It's one I kind of forget about because I don't go back to that record a whole lot.
I feel like I've heard that melody before, though.
Probably, yeah.
On a 80s rock song before.
Well, guys, thank you again for another fantastic night here at Mash Metal. Appreciate all the support. Appreciate you guys hanging out and scoring along with us and all the good stuff and sharing some pours. And yeah, and thank you, Joe, for hanging with me here. And Stanley, I'm sure you may see the end of this later. So cheers, brother. And of course, go sub to all the channels that have been on tonight. Joe, Stanley, Outdoors of Maryland, Ken, Bad Axe Bourbon, Bourbon Note. Who else? I feel like there was more people in here, but anyway, you know the things. If you're not subbed, go do the things. And, yeah. Cheers, everybody. And again, remember, in 7 hours now, not quite 7 hours, Ken will be live doing his thing, 3-year anniversary. So cheers to Ken. And yeah, have a good night, everybody. Appreciate you. And again, Patreons, one last thing, please go vote on the poll and leave comments. Let me know about what you want to see going forward. Because, yeah, we want to do stuff that you like seeing. So, yeah, there you go. Good night, all.
Cheers, all.